All right, everybody, we're back with another episode of the Intoxicated Sports Report. I'm here with my big guy, Gage Samoji.
Mm-hmm.
As always, and in the peanut gallery, Mrs. Devin Wallace.
Woo!
Let's not forget about Emerson Hip over here.
And, of course,
Come
myself,
on, come on.
yours truly, Emerson Holloway Hip.
Don't put yourself down like that, okay? Don't put yourself down like that.
It's a nice rainy day here in Napa, California, isn't it, Gage?
I do not like the rain
Really?
at all. No.
I don't dislike it, but I don't love it. It's a whatever thing. I could do without it, I guess.
My birthday's in April, so April showers,
Yep.
May flowers, all that bullshit. I never liked the rain.
Not a fan.
The
Not at
rain
all.
is so nice, though.
It's soothing, especially at night.
And honestly, we need it so bad. Come fire season, you're gonna wish it rained more.
Well, yeah, that's every year, unfortunately, in Napa.
The rain's never liked it. Never have. I'm not gonna act like I have, because I haven't. So I'm not going to. So yeah, I like it.
Gage, what's our cocktail of the week?
Our cocktail of the week is paper airplanes. Shout out to Margan. Shout out to
It's
Margan.
paper planes. Come on.
Potato. Really good.
Out
Cheers.
of 10, what do you give it?
Devin, cheers. Get off your phone. We're doing a podcast right now.
I'm the peanut gallery.
This is true.
You guys have to answer all the hard questions.
Out of 10,
I just have to give comments.
10 would be the best cocktail I've ever had.
Sure.
And I'll give it
This one's pretty good.
a 5.
It's good.
5?
I mean-
Really? Damn! We're talking.
I would give it a 7 or 8. I like this one. I'm not a huge fan of bourbon,
I'll say 5.5.
and I'm not a huge fan.
Can you even tell that there's bourbon in this cocktail?
No, not
Exactly.
at all. I taste the Aperol more than anything. And, I really like a good Aperol spritz, but it better tastes more like Prosecco than Aperol. To me.
Okay.
That's my
I feel like
thought.
5 is really like
That's
it's bad.
so low.
5's like
That's
it's
so
like not
low.
even a D. That's an F.
I'll give it a 5.5.
Oh my god.
5.5.
This is one of my favorite cocktails of all time.
It's good. I don't know. It's no White Russian.
Oh my god. So much better than the White Russian.
Gross. That's disgusting.
You
Do you
know-
really drink White Russians?
White Russians are good.
It's been a while since I've had one, but
Is that next week's cocktail of the week?
Wow.
It might be now.
Because I will throw up. Aperol spritz first. If we're going on the
we should do
trend
app spritz for sure.
of Aperol
They're not
spritz.
better than this, so
These are good. Yeah, these are good.
these are really good.
Now you got me second guess, and I feel like an idiot.
5.5, it just feels harsh.
But if 10's the best cocktail I've ever had,
To me, I just think 5.5 means you don't really like it that much.
I like it.
Okay, so it should be, if you like it, it should be at least 6.5.
If I gave it a 6, would you be okay?
No, I'd still be disappointed.
All right, I'm sticking with 5.5.
Anyhow, yeah. So what's going on in
The sports
the sports world today, Gage?
Well, we got our local sports. We have NBA All-Star recap.
Yeah. Okay.
We have our NBA midseason awards. And we have Q&A.
Big Q&A
A
today.
lot of Q&A. We have, 10 questions?
Yes. Well, 9 if you don't count Ashley's first one, but yeah. But yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
good.
get a little lineup.
And then last call, of course.
Yeah.
We get to talk about, ooh, wait. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, last call's gonna be nice for me. I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that.
I want to clarify one thing about the last episode that we published, because I tried to put a song on the beginning of it.
Which song?
It did 2 different ones.
Yeah, so I put first of the month because we did it on March 1st, right?
By Bone
Bone
Thugs.
Thugs,
It's
yeah.
the first of them.
And so when I first published it on the app, it said I was getting this 30-second clip of the song, which was fine. It was a decent part of the song.
Yeah, I mean that's good enough.
And then when I go and listen to it on Spotify, it's the whole
The
song.
whole song.
I'm like,
It's the whole song, yeah.
what the fuck happened
Yeah,
here?
I mean, yes, I did notice that.
Yeah.
But, and I was like, honestly, I was curious if that was on purpose. Or
No,
not,
definitely
but-
unintentional. What I was annoyed by is the fact that I couldn't choose the clip of the song that I wanted. It was
Yeah.
just a set thing.
You just wanted to
Like
wake up.
on
It's the
like on
first
Exactly.
Instagram, you can pick which part of the
Exactly,
song.
yeah. And then it didn't even show, when Spotify published it, it didn't even come up the way that it originally said it was going to, but whatever. So, just so you know, that was not intended if you listened to the last one. So, yeah. Let's get going on some local sports here.
Yes. Also want to thank Devin because this is her second time, I think, in 3 weeks
Yeah.
being on the show
You know,
again.
I really like being the peanut gallery because first of all, it's my job now. It's not Garrett's. Second of all,
Seats taken.
it's nice because you don't have to fully commit. Like I could do this on the fly and I'm good, and I don't have to learn about the fucking NBA. But
they can't see you, but you're on
Yeah.
your phone right now. You know, it's
Yeah.
like you're
Shut
pretty
I'm-
much just bullshit.
I'm
right now.
doing important shit. All right.
Oh. Ooh.
Also, we should say that I'm especially tossed for this episode because
Yeah.
we did go to Don
We're
Perico's.
feeling a little frisky today.
Okay, I am drunk for sure. I'm drunk.
We had
100%.
we had 2 caddies,
I had
Cadillac
2
margaritas,
And a brew.
and a beer. Yes, I had a Negro Modelo. You had
And
a
lots of chips and salsa.
you had an especial.
Not especial, yeah.
You had a quesadilla.
Had a quesadilla.
You had a taquito.
You had a
Literally.
taquito
I also had a taquito, and I ate a lot of chips and salsa, which is right up my alley.
and chips and guac. You had all that guac.
I had the guac
See, that's why we're friends because you can eat all the guac.
because you can't have guac. Devin's allergic to guac.
It's honestly the best food allergy because you're like avocado on the side or guacamole on the side and you just give it to your friends and
Yeah.
they love you that much more.
Yes, yes. So if we slur our words, especially in this episode,
Yeah.
now you know
You're
why.
gonna know why.
It's truly the intoxicating.
It's a quite intoxicated report. All right, so my Warriors, they lost their last 2 games heading into the All-Star break.
Let's go.
Steph and Draymond, they sat in that second of the 2 games.
Oh, so that
Um,
doesn't,
yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
count.
They played a really actually pretty exciting game against Portland the day before that came down to the wire.
Do you think it makes that big a deal that Clay's injured?
Oh yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
They would at least be, I think, a top 5 team in the West
What
with
are
him.
what are they called?
The Warriors?
The Splash Bros.
The Splash
Oh,
Bros.
okay.
The Warriors.
Fuck you! I know that their team name is
Yeah.
called.
Just making sure.
Yeah, I mean, so they're now 19 and 18, 9th in the West. So I think they would probably be, at least top 5 if they were all
Yeah,
healthy.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Um,
the league is going to pay next year. Seriously.
Clay's going to be coming back with a vengeance.
A vengeance. I hope he's in the gym right now taking shots.
Like,
Or shooting
taking
shots.
shots.
Taking shots at Cap Mo.
yeah. Healing up that
Yeah.
ACL.
Man, these guys play the Clippers.
Next game, Thursday, Clippers. That'll be a fun one.
They're going to lose that game.
You never know.
That's going to be a Steph Curry 35-point game in a loss.
They beat the Clippers last time they played.
They did. That was...
That was good. That was a hell of a comeback.
They came back from that.
They're
yeah.
like down like 19, I think.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was a good game. And then our Kings and Sharks. Your Kings.
Our
how,
Kings?
How are
You-
the Kings
The
doing?
Not good.
Kings, they stink.
They stink.
They smell really bad.
Is that really hard for you? Like,
No.
okay,
It's honestly the Kings,
it's typical.
yes.
Last week we officially agreed to, when we do our local sports report, to just leave the Kings and Sharks out.
Unless they're doing good.
Okay, but the Sharks.
Our bad.
But the Sharks are doing well in some aspects.
Uh,
But in really important parts, they're really failing.
yeah.
And that's, I mean,
They're doing
obviously
really well except for the winning part. Although they did win last night.
and that's really hard because you can be a good team
They're far from a
and
good
still
team right now.
lose.
And the Kings have stunk bad for at least 12 years. I'm
It's not changing. At least they're consistent.
I think it's been longer than that.
At least
Since
you know.
2002, should we give it that?
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
I think
more
they
than
haven't made the
12 years.
playoffs since like 05 or 06.
I
something
think
like
we're closer to
that.
I
I
think
think it
we're,
was 05 or 6.
we're closer to 20 years. than
I did
12.
wear a nice pair of King socks the whole weekend that Garrett gave me. They're fucking sweet. They're
I got
like
my-
NBA brand Stance. They're nice.
Just stand, yes.
I got my
Stance
St.
makes
Patrick's
nice
Day
stuff.
socks on, so.
Gage, what happened with the Cowboys this week?
Ooh, I am not really happy about this. Dak Prescott finally signed a deal with the Cowboys. 4 years, $160 million contract.
Do you see how much of that was guaranteed? It's like
126.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
It's one of the highest. I think it's the highest contract.
Other than Mahomes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ever.
Nuts.
You know, because a couple days ago, I put it down in my notes. Notes. I saw this, and it says, Dak Prescott wants Dallas to pay him right behind Patrick Mahomes, which they did.
Mm-hmm.
But where does he get this? Where does he get this from? This to me has some nerve. Patrick Mahomes has been to 2 Super Bowls. He's been an MVP of the league. You know what Dak Prescott has? He has a bunch of losses and a rookie of the year under his belt.
Okay,
Nice.
but realistically, let's look at what Dak Prescott went through last year. Before he even got injured, he opened up about his mental health because of his brother and because of COVID. What he's like, I broke down because of COVID. You can't not give him a contract at that point.
I do really love that he came out like that.
And that's like in this current culture, that's so important. If they didn't give him that, it would be like, all right, the Cowboys fucking hate you for your mental health.
And there was no.
You know what I'm saying?
And I've said
though?
before,
Yeah.
that there was no way that he wasn't going to be under center for the first game of the season.
Oh, I figured he would
Based
be
off
that way
the
going
injury
forward.
and how it was just so sad. I think the whole
Yeah.
league was just devastated for him. I just think it's a little much that he thought he should get paid right behind Patrick Mahomes, given that he hasn't done anything close.
Yeah, I mean,
to
he had
what
a good
Patrick Mahomes has
rookie,
done.
good rookie season with a great team around him,
Yes.
and then he won a division also one other time in 5 years.
So, in your opinion, as a Cowboys fan,
Yes.
why did he get that contract?
Because the Cowboys can afford that contract because they're one of the biggest names in sports, let alone the NFL.
So it's like
I think it has
it's like
more
in
to do.
baseball. They're like the Yankees of baseball.
Exactly. No, exactly what they are.
I think it has more to do with the fact that Dak's, team kind of backed Jerry Jones into a corner, and they were like, you're not going to get anybody better than me unless you trade for somebody, and they obviously are not willing to trade what it takes to get Russell Wilson or anybody better.
I just think I'm really happy for Dak that he got this contract because what he went through, and I think being a 4th round pick and then getting this kind of money, it's crazy.
yeah,
Like you don't see that.
Absolutely.
You don't see that often, especially being any player.
You don't
quarterback.
just think it's like loyalty? Like you don't think that?
No, because if it was loyalty, the Cowboys would have locked him up way sooner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
I
agree.
That's
I
really
think.
true.
I agree.
They wouldn't have waited so long. No one would have to talk about this any longer.
Yeah,
Like the Chiefs locked Mahomes down. Like if the Cowboys felt that way about Dak, they would have locked him down super soon, like the Chiefs did. But I am happy for him 1,000% because I think he is a really good dude. I think he is what you want in a quarterback when it comes to being a leader and being just.
oh, totally. Yeah,
He's an adult.
totally.
He's an adult.
I think he has basically all the intangibles you could ask
Yeah.
for in a quarterback.
And I'll give it to him. The 2016 draft for quarterbacks, he's still on his original team.
Yeah,
He's
like the only
guy.
one. Yeah,
Yeah, I think 2015 and 2016, he's the only quarterback that is still on the team that drafted him.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it's so hard for me because I got a bold prediction. And I hate to say this, the Cowboys in this 4-year contract are not going to make the championship game with Dak Prescott.
Aww,
They're not.
poor-
They're not. They're
poor
not.
Dak.
No, poor Dak. Poor
Yeah.
me.
You
I've
don't
been
have
waiting-
more faith in your team?
No, I'm a realist, and this ain't gonna happen. The Cowboys paid way too much for Dak. Good for you. Get your money.
What's your price? If you were in the front office of the Cowboys, what's your price?
25 mil,
Like give me like a Jimmy G contract, right?
maybe 30.
But you're right behind the best quarterback in the league, arguably.
Yeah, I think the money was too much personally, but I mean, I guess they feel like they can build around him and that he's going to be their franchise guy going forward. A couple things that cracked me up about this.
Yeah.
So we did our poll on Instagram.
Yeah.
Is Dak worth $40 million a year? You were one. For a while, you were the only one that said
You
yes.
said yes.
And then,
Because you said no, I was being spiteful.
I said no because it's not.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Manny Aguirre, who we know is a Cowboys fan,
He said
he
yeah.
became the second one today
Man,
to say yes.
Man, he is cute. I just don't. It's also one of those things where who are you gonna get better? And I know Russell Wilson was an option, but
Yeah,
Russ wasn't a guarantee. So what? Who else could you've got?
yeah. I think they probably realized they didn't have what it took to get Russ.
It's just hard for me to imagine that he could. I just don't see him hoisting the trophy, the Lombardi Trophy. I just don't see it.
I'm kind of with you, but hey, you never know.
That makes me sad. That makes me
It
sad.
makes me really
for the,
sad.
For the little boy in Dak Prescott that thought he would.
It's just not gonna happen
Uh,
because the Cowboys, they're paying a lot of people a lot of money.
one thing I will say though is, as long as they have Dak for the next few years, they're probably going to be the best team in their division.
Which is
The
nice.
Redskins or the Washington football team kind of feel like the only other team that would challenge them at this point, but I think the Cowboys are probably still better. On
Which
paper.
is nice for the Cowboys because they are in the worst division in the league.
Yeah.
So
So I think they just need to draft well and develop well, and they'll.
every
fine.
dollar the Cowboys have left needs to go into the defense. Every dollar they have, everything.
That and maybe the rebuilding the offensive line,
A
because it's
little
not
bit,
as good as it was a few years ago. But yeah,
They
I agree.
need defense.
Yep.
The defense was atrocious last year. It was
100%.
terrible.
They
It
need
was,
to get.
it was even terrible when Dak was
Yeah.
playing the first 4 or 5 games.
Yeah, they need to get Zeke going again, man. He had such a terrible year last year.
I saw a video of Zeke.
Is he looking good? Or is he fat?
he was
Was
he was working out,
Okay.
so he was. I mean, you know, he's
So
not
he's trying to be not fat.
he's not eating chips.
He's not Eddie Lacy.
Feast mode. So Dak. I don't know. When I first saw this, I was mad because I wanted Russell Wilson.
Yeah, dude, ESPN was all over this yesterday. I was watching SportsCenter for like 30 minutes, and it was Dak the whole.
I'm not trying to sound.
SportsCenter is the worst.
SportsCenter
Like,
sucks.
let's be real. Of the shows on ESPN, there are some garbage ass shows, but SportsCenter is the worst.
It's two of these.
Like in the I love what's the first one? Get Up with Greeny.
Yeah, get up.
Yeah, I like Get Up because
Because you're up
'cause
at
you're
5 in the
awake.
morning.
because Greeny he's like calm and soothing in the morning, but he gives you the tea. You know?
I love Mike and Mike.
Yeah.
Which
I've never liked Mike Greenberg. I don't know why.
really.
I mean, maybe I need to give him another shot, but
Mike and Mike for me, I'd be up really late, so they'd be on like 3 in the morning of our time,
yeah,
and so I'd kind of watch it for like a little bit. And I always liked their dynamic that they had.
sure, yeah.
So Dak, congrats. I hope you can prove me wrong.
4 more years.
Do you honestly
4 more
think
years.
Russell Wilson is gonna leave the Seahawks though?
I don't think he is
I
personally.
don't think he
Now,
is either.
now I hope he stays just because he can fuck the Niners for another X amount of years.
But
Adam
I
Schefter
mean,
apparently says that it's a real possibility that he goes to the Bears, but
okay, but he owns a sports team in Seattle.
he does.
He
Why
he
would
has
he go to
roots
the
in
Bears?
Seattle. He has made himself so comfortable in Seattle. I just like with a wife and all his kids and all that. I mean, all his kids with a wife and his kids.
You mean his wife, his kid, and Future's kid?
Yes,
Named
and
Future?
no, he has 2 kids now. No. Sierra
Oh, does he have
was
2
pregnant
kids
again.
with Sierra?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think so. I just think he's got roots there, and I don't think he would leave there unless he got a really good offer. And I don't think the Bears can make a
And the
really good
Bears-
offer.
I mean, if he went to the Bears, he would automatically become the best quarterback in their franchise history.
Yeah.
I mean, who else?
I think that would be the one. Yeah.
That'd be it.
I mean, he's better than a lot of all-time quarterbacks. I mean, if you
Yeah, that's fair. Because the Bears really haven't had. I mean, Jim McMahon was not an all-timer.
No,
He's
not-
had
not even
the
close.
one of the best defenses of all time.
Yeah. I mean, you could argue that
Have they had somebody else that missing? I don't think they have.
I don't think so.
Rex Grossman was garbage. He also had a really
Sexy
good,
Rex.
he also really had a really good defense
Yeah.
when they went to the Super Bowl. They probably had some guy back in the day that I don't know, but
Not that I could
No.
have heard about, but all right,
yeah,
moving
yeah,
on.
move on.
So the women's Pac-12 basketball tournament wrapped up on
UConn,
Sunday.
UConn.
Wait, I should shoot this though.
We can in a second.
Okay.
After
Yeah,
after
calm
all those words. Number 4 Stanford took down number 9 UCLA in the championship.
Ooh.
Cool.
Oh God.
They're now number 2 in the country going into the women's tournament.
Stanford's always been good.
They're always really good.
in women's basketball.
Yeah.
Always, yeah. That's cool though. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. They won the championship game 75-55.
I mean, it's always kind of fuck Stanford. You know,
You wish.
I know Kurt and Morgan appreciate that. But
The men are going to be starting the tournament tomorrow. Stanford and Cal actually facing off in the first
Ooh,
round.
big game.
Hey, number 3.
That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Like in a playoff scenario.
Yeah. The funny thing is how like all the conference tournaments, like all the teams are always involved. And it's really funny to look at. Like Cal is like won 4 games this year. Yet they get a chance.
4.
Like if somehow they got hot and won the Pac-12 tournament, they'd be in the
Wow.
NCAA tournament.
Damn.
Like 8 games under 500.
Is that because why is that?
Because conference tournament winners get automatic bids to the NCAA tournament.
Regardless of how they
Regard-
did that season.
Yeah, it's really stupid.
Hot damn, that's
Yeah, I don't know if I
wow.
like that.
No, it's really.
I
I
I
mean,
don't like
obviously
that either.
that almost never happens. Like the worst team never wins the
Yeah.
tournament, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, the thing I don't like about that is that, like, if a bad team wins conference tournament, it takes away a spot from a team that would be more deserving. You know.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I think we should make some payments. What do you think?
Some
I'm gonna
payments.
throw
Yeah.
up. You
So, so I'm gonna pay for my prediction that Stanford would win the regular season Pac-12.
So that ain't
They
happening.
clearly did not. That's been signed, sealed, and delivered. Gage, you're gonna pay for your Russell Wilson to the Cowboys
Did I
prediction.
really pay for that?
I think so. Why not? I mean, it's just a shot.
I don't want to drink this.
And then Devin, you can look at your shot and pay for it at the same time.
You gotta take it.
For
I'm going to take it. I just don't want to.
chase it with your cocktail.
And water, which is not a very good idea.
Well-
Devin's gonna pay for her JJ Watt to the Bills prediction as well,
Da Bills.
because that did not.
I am so upset about that because his wife is playing for the Chicago Red Stars. Naturally, you'd think he would want to gravitate towards his wife because she was playing for the Houston Dash and he was on the Texans. That pisses me off so hard. Now he's going to be in Arizona and she's going to be in Chicago, and that grinds my gears.
Well, he definitely wasn't going to the Bears.
No. I mean,
Can you imagine him and Khalil Mack?
but there were
That'd be
so
nasty.
Oh,
there were
man.
so many other options though.
He
There
could have
were
gone to Green Bay, which would have been cool. Yeah.
Green Bay. He could have gone to the Steelers. Had
Right.
all three brothers on the same team.
Steelers was.
Could have been on.
Steelers seemed like it was gonna be a
Could have
given.
been on the Bills.
The Bills.
Bills would have been perfect.
The Bill. He wasn't going to the Bills. But I was shocked he went to the Cardinals,
Me
That
too.
came out of nowhere.
which we said last
Yes.
week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that came out of
Absolutely, especially after he was in that fucking ice bath. What was that?
Also, I want to
In
mention.
the ice.
Also, I want to mention that we talked last week. If you were number 99,
nowhere. He's getting it. Yeah.
he's getting it, but it was
It's-
retired.
Yeah, it's getting unretired.
So he asked
He unretired it. Though.
he asked the daughter of the father who had it before, and the daughter
she said,
gave,
yeah.
And she
yeah,
gave
Which
him
is super cool.
the
the
blessing,
blessing.
which is
That's
cool,
super
really
cool.
cool.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
So cheers.
If I throw up, it's your guys'
the
fault.
bathroom is
You
right
can
there.
put it in the cocktail if you want.
That's not bad. Although it's full.
Yep.
I didn't even taste that.
Was that Elijah Craig?
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust anything with two names, two first names.
Two first names, Ricky Bobby.
Really yucky.
Ooh. My goodness.
All right, let's talk NBA All-Star. Did you watch?
In and out.
Another confession. This is really funny. I want to say it was Saturday night. I come home from work and Brett, we're talking about watching the game, and I was like, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to work. And he's like, I listened to the podcast and I heard that you were gonna have the day off. And I'm like, well, unfortunate circumstances have
We appreciate
prevented.
we appreciate Brett for
Yes,
listening.
exactly.
and
That's
paying
what
attention.
That was the first thing I said. I was like, thank you for listening.
Yeah.
But you worked.
Some unfortunate circumstances.
Yeah, he
are
listens
not
to us.
allowing
He
it.
listens to us on his route. It's
He
cool.
does, yeah. What a guy.
What a guy.
So yeah, I was not able to watch. Well, I did actually watch pretty closely at work because it was slow. But yeah, so Steph won the 3-point contest.
Steph Curry won.
Shocking.
Steph Curry won the weekend.
he did.
This
he was
man.
a badass.
This man.
If not for Giannis, he probably would have been MVP. Of the
He
game.
should have been.
Yeah.
Giannis is 16 for 16 field goals, except for 2 were under the basket.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he had 3 threes. Yeah, so yeah, pretty
Or
much.
3, yeah, okay.
Yeah, but all the other ones were probably dunks or layups.
Steph Curry, this man right here is the baddest man on the planet when it comes to shooting the basketball. Better than I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, he's
He is.
pretty sick. He's
That-
having a hell of a year.
I used to talk shit back in the day, saying like Cal Korver was better. I was talking
Out
mad.
of your ass.
I was jealous.
That was your butthole speaking.
Hey, he's better than Reggie Miller. He's better than Ray Allen. He's better than every man before him when it comes
Yep.
to shooting the basketball.
100%.
He is.
And all those guys admitted too.
Yeah. Also, what do you say?
I said all those guys admit that he's better than them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, I do want to give a shout out to Damian Lillard
Yeah.
because he had this one half court shot that we both saw
Yeah.
that was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I'm convinced, hypothetically, let's say Steph Curry was not in the league.
He would be.
This would be like the best. He'd be the best 3-point shooter maybe of all time.
They'd be talking about him a little bit like that. The only thing about Dame is his efficiency numbers are not quite
No, they're not.
the level
No,
of Steph.
no. And
Uh,
nobody's Steph was not. But you know what I mean when it comes to Damian
But
Lillard?
I will say he would have been the guy that changed the whole range game.
Yes.
Not Steph, because Steph was the first one to take the really deep threes, and
Yeah.
then Dame is, become that second guy.
Yeah.
So I will give you that.
Because I always say to this day, when I see Steph shoot basketball, it seems so and TNT
effortless.
TNT says effortless, but it seems it's effortless.
Yeah.
Like Damian Lillard seems like he came to a point where he really worked at it really
Yeah,
hard.
sure.
Kind of like James Harden worked at like the 3-point, but
Yeah.
Steph Curry did so well that E News posted about how well he did, and that's like rare for E News to post on their Instagram about how well an athlete.
I know it was an All-Star game, and I know I have him third all-time my point guard list.
Yeah.
I mean, this man
He might
is.
be number one now. I'm kidding.
I mean, is he better than Isaiah Thomas? He might be,
I think he is.
because you had him second.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a better shooter than Isaiah. Well, he's the best shooter ever. So he's better than Isaiah and Magic.
To me, Isaiah could not do anything close to what Steph can do on the offensive end.
Yeah, I
Who's
mean,
team one? LeBron's team one.
LeBron
Yeah,
James.
yeah.
He's undefeated. as captain.
Wow.
it's
Do
just
we think he's gonna be good in Space Jam though?
no.
Negative.
Oh no, that's not. Oh, you want to start this right now?
Like worse than Michael Jordan?
Space Jam 2 is not even going to come close to Space Jam 1. It's not even going to be a question.
But it relies on the Looney Tunes.
I don't care.
Like both athletes are garbage.
Whoa, they're not garbage.
Don't get me started on Michael fucking Jordan, okay? I don't like
You don't
it.
think he's good?
He is excellent. He's an excellent athlete. He's just the shittiest person on earth, okay?
I'm not gonna say he's a fucking superstar person. But
He did that entire docuseries on ESPN, and first of all, would not even follow up with ESPN and do an interview with anybody. And second of all, he wouldn't own up to his shit, that it was so obvious that it was his fault. It was so obvious that he made mistakes along the way, which is fine because he's a human being and everybody makes mistakes. But he was like, it wasn't me. And it was so obviously him, and that really bothered me. Like,
they definitely set that up for. Well, Michael probably had a lot to do with what got to be said or asked or what was answered.
for sure.
And to make it out to be, he was the guy, he was the man. This is
And he kind of was.
That
He
just
was,
sucks
for
to
sure.
me because every other docuseries or even documentary that ESPN does about an athlete, the athlete owns their shit. Like Lance Armstrong, he's like, yeah, I doped, but everybody else did too. Like, what's the big deal?
Fucking Lance.
It's just like everybody admits their shit. Tiger Woods, yeah, I slept with another woman. Like, you have to own your mistakes because you're only a human being. Regardless of if you're a famous athlete or not, you're only a human being. But Michael Jordan's like, no, I'm perfect.
At least
And that grinds my ears.
The
It's
one
just
thing
like,
though is Michael didn't have any. I mean, he had the gambling scandal, sort of, but it wasn't like he
then
did anything
he did not,
terrible to anybody.
He did not stand up for black people either. And like, yes, that's like minor in the moment, but it still happened, and he still has to admit that shit like that happened. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna do a documentary or a docuseries, you have to know that they are going to dig so deep into your life that they are going to find every mistake that you make, and you have to admit to those mistakes. That's just like part of it.
Yeah.
And the fact that he did not admit to any of his mistakes was such a turnoff to me. I avidly watched every Sunday. I was into it. Like,
It was a good
I
season.
only watched like half. I
It was-
didn't watch the whole thing.
it was COVID, and that was something to look forward
Yeah.
to.
I thought it was good.
The only one I
It
wanted-
was really good. Just the fact that everybody else, even everybody else in that docuseries, admitted to their mistakes except for him. And that really bothers me. Because there are athletes who have made bigger mistakes that had admitted to that on ESPN, and he didn't. And
It was
he didn't
kinda
even
lame
do a
how-
follow-up interview.
Yeah.
That just, like, you're not better than that.
Yeah.
The only thing I like about that series for me is like I'm super infatuated with Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, he had a lot to say.
I only care about what he
He
had to say.
had
Yeah.
so much to
I
say.
He was good. He was really
I've
good.
always just loved how he is just one of those guys who he literally doesn't give a fuck what anybody thinks.
Mhm.
He does his own thing. Like he literally like painted nails, nose rings, earrings, everything like that. Like I loved it.
Yeah.
I just love how he is. I mean, he's not the best person, and he's just
I mean, I wouldn't say he's a bad person.
You know,
He's an
apparently-
interesting guy.
apparently he can drink 30 beers in a night and then go to
I don't know
practice
if he's
the
a
next day.
bad
That's bullshit.
person. I don't know if
I think he's just different.
I don't
He's
think
different.
Dennis
Yeah.
Rodman is a bad person.
He never
I think
did anything bad. He
No,
just was
I mean
interesting.
he
Yeah.
from day one he had that personality.
Just
Everybody
us being
knew
an
when you
animal.
signed him on his team, you knew that he was going to be like that.
Yeah. I mean,
You
well,
knew
he wasn't
that
like
he
out in the
may not
Pistons,
show up
but-
for practice because he was partying hard, but
Yeah.
but when he played, it was worth it.
Yeah.
You know? But also, he admitted to his mistakes.
He did.
And Michael Jordan didn't. And that to me is like, alright, fuck you. Like, every single athlete along the way has been able to admit to their mistakes, except for Michael Jordan. And that says something to me. You know?
That makes sense, yeah.
Every big athlete that has had a docuseries or a documentary has been able to admit to their mistakes. And Michael Jordan was like, and that irritated me. It's like, fuck you! Like, yeah, it irritates me that you don't
Yeah.
own your shit, you know?
So when it comes to Space Jam, number 2 is not gonna. It's not gonna be better.
It's gonna suck.
It's gonna.
Anyway,
it's gonna.
back to Space Jam.
It's gonna be
LeBron's
so
gonna
bad.
suck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see it in theaters if I can, or I'll watch it.
I ain't seen
At
that
your
shit.
house.
I'll
Are you
go
kidding me?
with. I will go with you to.
It's
the
coming out
theater.
this summer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I got Space Jam socks that I will wear.
I will go with you to the theater to see Space Jam.
Have you seen the first one?
Yeah,
Okay.
obviously.
I own it. I love it. It's one of my favorites. I forget what my top 5 sports
classic.
movies are, but it's up there.
It's classic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The dunk contest was shit.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it hasn't been good.
It was. It wasn't good.
It,
right?
Okay, we've had like
Who was
in our
it?
lifetimes, we've had like one
Anthony Simmons.
Simons.
Simon.
I thought it was Simmons too.
Oh, okay.
And then they said Simons.
But
I'm
it's
like,
Simons.
okay, I guess it's Simons.
Oh, okay, guys. I was like, damn, you're really good. Switching up real quick
Yeah.
on me.
Yeah, no, we've had like one good dunk contest in our life.
Yeah, the Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine.
Well, we were alive for the Vince Carter one, technically, but I didn't watch it at the time.
In our I mean,
Since
since
we've
we've
been
been
watching.
paying attention.
I mean, I do remember the Blake Griffin
Since we've been paying attention.
jumping over the Kia.
What-
Was that a good dunk though? He just jumped.
And he
It's
jumped.
He didn't even do
honestly-
anything
He
cool.
jumped over the lower part of the hood of it.
Yeah.
The dunk contest to me seems like a Harlem Globetrotter.
It's not even as
contest.
good as that. It's worse. It's less than that.
But you know, it's just like it's just over the top. It's just like not believable.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
They need to take a 5-year hiatus.
I think
On
it's-
the dunk.
Either
Yes.
okay,
Yes.
one of they either need to do that or they need to make it mandatory that superstars are involved in
Yeah.
the dunk contest.
Or all stars.
yeah,
Yeah.
or at least
Who-
all star players.
Ideally, who would you have in the dunk contest?
We could. I mean, Zion is not as bouncy as I thought he was, but
But
like
he
LeBron would be cool.
LeBron, Zion, I think John
and-
Morant,
We need to get Zach LaVine back.
Okay.
Russell Westbrook maybe.
Westbrook maybe. Yeah, he's not.
so not
as-
who was in it.
No,
Nobody
No,
was
no
in
one
it.
close.
Okay,
They're all
so
rookies or
question,
nobodies.
Do they submit themselves? Because you said Steph Curry was last minute.
For the
into-
3-point
into
contest?
the 3-point
Yeah.
contest.
Yeah, players submit
Do
themselves.
they submit themselves?
I would assume,
do
or
their
maybe the league
organization?
calls to
Yeah.
see who would want to do it. I don't know.
Interesting.
But yeah, I mean the last like good players have been like Dwight Howard and Blake Griffin pretty much.
But that's who you'd rather see do a dunk contest.
I want to see
Someone
LeBron.
with a name.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
see.
I mean, back in the day, Michael
mean,
Jordan
for sure.
and like Dominique Wilkins and those guys would all do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were getting like Kobe Bryant's done in the past.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think those
It just needs to be better people.
It just
at this
Exactly.
point.
And I think it's also gotten to a point where the athleticism has reached its peak for dunks.
Yeah.
Like,
There's only so much that can be.
Like I don't want to see somebody doing a dunk and blowing out a candle on a cupcake. Like it's not,
Yeah.
to me
Is
that's
it still 10 feet in NBA?
Yeah,
yeah.
Okay.
that's like to me that's not cool. Like
No.
at this point it's like someone needs to do a backflip and dunk while they're doing the backflip.
Okay, but
Like, that's
that's,
what-
but that becomes Harlem Globetrotter shit.
I want
Like,
to see a trampoline out there. Fuck it.
No,
See someone
I
do
mean,
like
if you're
a
gonna
double
go
front
that
flip
far
and
to do a
fucking
backflip, I mean, why not? I
double
mean,
front flip to dunk.
if you're
Fuck
gonna
it.
go that far and what you want to see, you might as well add a trampoline in there.
remember that the league that they had with the trampolines they bounced in basketball?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
The problem with a dunk contest is every single season you're not gonna have some people that can do it the way you want it to be. You know, you want an interesting dunk contest, and some seasons that may not be possible.
It's pretty much every season now. That's the problem with it.
It's just, you know, it may not be possible, and
John
that's,
Morant has bounce.
that's the harsh
Sure,
that's the harsh truth about it is
Yeah.
that it's like you're saying it's not possible anymore, and
Yeah.
like I'm saying it's not possible every year.
You know what the most annoying thing too about the dunk contest now is Kenny Smith saying that every dunk is a 10 when they're all like 6s. And then the judges still give him like 8s, 9s, and 10s. I'm like, that.
Listen.
What's your scale? Is it
Who are the
8 to
judges?
10 or is it 0 to 10?
Listen, I have never even gotten close to dunking, and I know how difficult it is. And these guys,
Sure,
the
yeah.
athleticism is off the charts.
Sure.
But I'm not giving a guy a 10 for his third try going through
You
the
have
legs.
to jump at least. You have to be able to jump 10 feet. You have
It's
to get
just
the
not-
ball. You have to get the ball over the hoop,
It just
and that's 10 feet.
they gotta stop. They gotta stop. They gotta stop
I
doing
just,
it for
I
companies.
just don't think a dunk contest is realistic at this
Like the
point.
3-point contest, I'm here for every year.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also, I don't think they didn't do it this year, but I always love the All-Star game. I think I might have said it last week. The All-Star game when it comes like the Celebrity All-Star game.
Oh yeah. That's always fun. Just to see who can play.
Yeah.
exactly.
Just to see the
Like you-
Like when
celebrities
Bieber's
that
dropping
they're bringing.
threes, and you're like, okay.
you get like Michael B. Jordan, like Justin Timberlake playing out there, just seeing like a hoop.
Just
And
to
Drake's
see,
on the sideline
just
coaching.
to see, honestly, the celebrities they bring in and who can
Exactly.
play.
And who can play,
Actual
yeah.
basketball.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So the dunk contest, it's gotta stop.
It
The
stinks.
dunk contest is out. The 3-pointer is still in. Obviously, the game itself is still in.
How did you feel
And the
about?
celebrity game.
How did you feel about it being all in one day?
I thought it was creative that they did it that way, but obviously that's not going to be every year.
No.
Yeah.
Because they would make the whole.
that
They
was-
wanted to just condense
that
it
was-
and get it going.
That was a
and get
COVID
done.
thing for sure.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
No
I
question.
mean, it was kind of cool how they fit the dunk contest in halftime.
Yeah,
that was all.
that was pretty creative. I'll give them
That's-
that.
I thought.
It's just a lot of pressure for somebody who's also still playing in the game.
Sure. I mean, none of the guys that competed in the dunk contest were in the game.
Okay,
Yeah.
never mind
I'm
then.
drinking this by the way. You care?
Yeah, we're both drinking.
My last few things from the All-Star game were, I love, like we were talking about the long threes.
Yeah.
At the end of halftime, so Lillard goes up and takes one from basically half court.
No, he
misses it.
Oh, okay.
And then, so they come back and score, the other team. He goes and attempts it again, nails it.
No, he's behind. He's behind line.
He's literally like he's taking his shot with his toes on the line.
But he's
Yeah.
Which is
putting
impressive.
obvious effort into it.
Yes.
Is what
Of
you
course,
guys said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other team comes back and scores again,
And
and then Steph goes and takes one a foot inside the line.
Oh, it's
it was awesome.
It's awesome.
And then
And that's what we want. I mean,
Exactly.
dunks are cool. Like the Giannis 16 for 16 is cool. Like
the fact that they not even just attempting it, the fact that they nailed him 1-2 like that was amazing.
looks like me and beer pong.
Yeah.
It's fucking.
And then
Honestly-
Dame also calling game from like
Yes.
45 feet.
Have you seen
again.
that video of Steph, or it's like the video like from behind, and Steph just like throws up the hands, like not even looking,
Yep.
and Dame hits it
Yeah.
and they win.
It's just like any other sport in All Stars. You have those particular moments, like in the 3-court contest or in the 3-point contest
Yeah.
or whatever. You have those moments that's like honestly even better than the All Star game itself.
Yeah.
That are just like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's cool.
You're like, hell yeah. Like
Yeah.
the home run derby is like so
Yeah.
fun. Like, you know, those athletes are going to their absolute max.
Oh yeah.
But it's still fun. It's still
Yeah.
cool to watch.
Yeah.
Those are almost more fun than watching the game itself.
Yeah.
Because it's just, it's just one action.
Yep. Well, and another thing was, so CP3 threw an alley oop to Steph,
To
and
Steph,
he nailed
he
it.
dunked it.
And then
And then he
Steph did one to CP3. I was like, I didn't even know CP3 could dunk. What the
I
fuck?
didn't know Steph could dunk.
I knew Steph could dunk, but he doesn't do it very often.
No.
But I was like, CP3's throwing down jams
Yeah.
too. Let's go. Yeah,
It's
that was
opportunities like that during the All Star game
Yeah.
that make
Yeah.
That's
it
what-
really fun because
it's
they
what it's
never
all about.
play together.
It's what it's
Because-
all about. Yeah.
Exactly. They
Honestly,
have the opportunity
yeah.
to play together, and it's really fun to watch them do shit like dunk that you never thought
Yeah.
they would.
I saw this video pregame of LeBron do the chalk toss,
yeah.
and Steph was like right under him, looking at it like from above or like from below, just like oh my
I
god.
saw that too. I saw that
Yeah.
too.
That's pretty
And I do think it's really cool that Steph and LeBron can.
But
Or-
that's the first time they've been on a team together.
Yeah.
What,
In the All-Star game?
what were they
Yeah.
saying? How many years has it been that
Been a
they've
while.
both
Yeah.
been in the All Star game? But
Well,
they
because
haven't been
LeBron
on
was
the
always in
same-
the East.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then when
Now
he came to the
finally-
West, and they started doing the draft thing, so they were never together.
yeah.
Yeah.
But this was the first year that they were able to be on the same team, and obviously
Pretty cool.
they thrived together.
Yeah.
And LeBron,
LeBron hardly
I mean,
played in the game too.
Yeah.
Played like
as
13 minutes.
yeah, but as much as Steph Curry played and LeBron didn't, LeBron made a point to tweet about it.
Oh yeah.
to me, who did not even watch the game,
Coming
that's like a big deal.
from a guy who's lost to that man 3 times in the finals too.
Well, and then vice versa.
Which I was gonna
Yeah.
say, it's like, you know,
Yeah.
it's cool that they.
He's beat him
it's
in
cool.
the worst scenario.
Like I know
Yes.
they're both professionals, but it's cool that LeBron doesn't hold like a, you know,
It's really
quote
cool.
unquote grudge.
Yeah, sure.
For Steph.
It's really cool to see them vibe together.
Exactly.
Finally, for the
I
first
mean,
time.
they're all boys at the end of the day.
Because
none of those guys really hate
No,
each
because-
other.
absolutely not.
because
but
for us-
sometimes the rivalry is so important to you that you
Oh, yeah.
don't see that, and then
Yeah.
you finally see them play together. And like, I didn't even watch the game; I watched clips. But when I watched clips, it was like, oh my god, it was so cool.
Yeah,
You know,
it's nice to see for sure.
All-Star games are fun.
No question. All right, let's
That's
move
my 2
on.
cents.
That was
Also,
three
team
cents.
Team LeBron beat Team Durant.
Oh yeah, 171.
171-50. Yeah.
for sure.
Who was who?
Giannis was the MVP, like we said.
Yep.
Did we say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
35
Yes.
points.
Yeah.
Perfect from the field.
It could have been Curry.
I think
Could
if
it have
Giannis
been?
missed one shot, they might have given it to Curry. Might have. Steph was pretty awesome.
Because I believe that was an all-star record.
The perfect
Was
field
it?
goals.
Or like that many shot attempts for being
Yeah,
perfect.
absolutely. Yeah.
16 for 16 is pretty impressive.
Which Giannis, it's like, hey, you can keep winning MVPs and all-star MVPs, but when are you gonna start winning like championships?
Yeah, like
saying
actual
never.
titles.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
It's so reliant on the team that you're on. The NBA is really hard because you can be a
It's
really
so
good
star-driven.
player. Like, what's his face? Now I'm gonna forget his
You
name.
want a beer?
Sure. Now I'm gonna forget his name.
Charles Barkley?
Actually, you gotta finish
No.
this first.
He was in Houston and he moved to the Nets.
James Harden.
James Harden. He was a really good player, but he just was not a good team. And I feel like that's always the case in the NBA. You have really good players who are just not on the right team.
Yeah.
They're not. They don't have that chemistry with the rest of their team.
James Harden also sucks ass. Yeah, anyways.
Well,
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna
like,
contradict myself very soon, but I hate James
in
Harden.
general, I feel like it's a common thing where players in the NBA thrive by themselves, and even they go to the All-Star game and they do really well, but their team sucks ass.
Yeah.
And that's just how it is, which is really unfortunate. But life.
Life.
Go to the Olympics. And
It's
have a dream team.
time for our mid-season awards and evaluations.
any evaluations?
So it's basically the halfway point of the NBA season
Yes.
now that the All-Star break has come and gone.
Yes.
So we're handing out our awards.
Yes.
Gage, who was your MVP up to this point?
I'm gonna go with Joel Embiid.
Okay, I like it. He's having an awesome year.
He is.
What team is he on?
He's on the Philadelphia 76ers.
Okay.
Are you familiar?
I know who the 76ers are. I don't know how well they're doing this
Yeah.
season. I haven't heard their name
They're
a
near
lot.
the top of the Eastern Conference.
Yes.
All right, okay.
He's having a great year. He's averaging like 30 points a game.
I don't.
nice.
If I'm being honest to the fans here, I don't pay attention to the
That's
NBA.
all right.
That's fair enough.
If I'm being honest,
It's Gage's favorite sport. So.
I pay more attention to the WNBA.
I mean, are you making fun of me?
No.
I do like basketball.
Yeah.
It's my favorite sport.
You're just a Kings fan.
It's my favorite
sir.
sport to play.
For sure, yeah.
I mean, NFL, it's my bread and butter. But,
I think you guys should shoot hoops and film it. I think we should do.
So you
You don't want to see
so you
that.
could lose.
I think
You don't wanna see
I
that.
think you, the two of you. I mean, anybody
We
who
can
wants
play
to
horse.
participate. I
I
think.
play horse.
I think.
I'm not-
We're not playing one-on-one.
Yeah, I'm not playing a game.
No. I mean, like a game like horse. I just think you guys should try the different sports. I think that would be really fun.
That would be
That's
pretty fun.
actually not a bad idea. We probably talked about that before.
I think the viewers.
We should play sports that are not, common. Like,
I think you should go with Garrett.
badminton or.
I think you should go
Frisbee
to
golf?
Garrett with the
Frisbee
ice. I think you should go to Garrett to the ice. and
Hell
fuck
no!
around.
I can't skate. I can't skate.
Hell no.
My,
I'd be, on
my balance is like this.
I'd be on my fucking ass.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
can do,
Yeah,
we can
me
do
too.
skateboarding if you want.
But it would be so fun to learn how to skate.
We can do volleyball. Beach volleyball. You can sand.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, let's head down to Santa Cruz, live from Santa Cruz, ISR.
They have like 10 courts.
Yeah,
On the boardwalk.
I mean, I played fucking sand soccer in Santa
Yeah.
Cruz.
Who's your MVP?
So I thought about this. I wanted to say LeBron, but it's not going to be LeBron. It's going to be this guy that I really despise, like we just talked about. His name is James Harden. He's having a hell of a year if you look
He-
at his numbers.
he really
He's having
is.
his best season.
Since he moved to the Knicks.
He's easily having his best season.
And that's what a lot of people said, he just wasn't on the right team.
I mean, it definitely doesn't hurt when you go from, a bunch of bums
To-
to Kevin
to
Durant,
Kevin
and
Durant.
Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, to two future Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I still got to give him credit because those guys have even missed a lot of games since he's joined the
Yeah.
team.
But there
and
were
he's
a
kept
lot
them
of people, including me,
afloat.
that were skeptical about him going to
I
the-
absolutely was.
Because, I mean, honestly, that's a lot of stars on one team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
totally. And a lot of guys that like to have the ball in their hands.
Yeah.
It's a little different than when you had Steph, Clay, and KD together
Yeah.
because none of those guys necessarily have to have the ball in their hands.
No, but
I mean,
they,
maybe KD to some degree, but
yeah.
but
But they vibed
even so.
really well together, and obviously
Yeah,
they were
they-
champions at
exactly.
one point.
They made it happen twice. It should have been a third time. But
But Kevin Durant fucked us all and went to the Knicks.
but yeah, I was definitely skeptical, especially given the fact that those guys are ball centric guys and
Yeah.
they've made it work and
There
James,
was a lot
James
of
has been
there was a
amazing.
lot of skepticism. So do you
Yeah.
guys think how well do you think the Knicks will do this season?
The Nets.
The Nets, yes. The Knicks, the Nets.
We're gonna get to that here in
Hey,
a second.
Knicks tape.
The Nets, yes. How well do you think the Brooklyn Nets are going to
They're
do?
going to the finals.
We're gonna get
I
there.
said that from
We
jump.
both we both
I said
said
from
that.
jump.
Yeah.
We both said Lakers versus Nets in the finals beginning of the season.
Yep.
That would be a dope series to watch.
It's gonna happen.
But
I'd be
this, this,
shocked if
this,
it
I don't watch the NBA,
This is
and I
before-
wouldn't watch that.
this is
I,
before Harden even came to the
Yep.
Nets.
It was.
100% I would watch that.
Who you got for rookie of the year, Gage?
I'm picking who I picked from the beginning.
LaMelo.
LaMelo.
I'm right there with
Right,
it.
right.
Easy. He's having a great year. He's
Oh,
he's awesome.
he's-
He's a baller.
I heard
He shoots a lot better than I.
I
thought
heard
he would,
Stephen
so.
A. Smith say LaMelo is what is what we thought Lonzo should have been.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, that's
hold
not
on,
a bad take.
hold on. When it comes to first take, do you like Stephen A. or Max Kellerman better?
Neither.
I like Molly Kieran Rose. She's hot.
She's an excellent mediator, but she's married to what's his face. But of the two, if you had to pick, you both have to pick one.
I'm picking Max Kellerman because
No!
Stephen A. Smith talks so much about the Cowboys. I can't do it.
Yes! You love to hear it though. I
I
love
had to
Stephen A.
pick
Smith.
one.
Pick one.
I
You
guess
have
Max. I guess.
No, this house is a Max Kellerman house, and
No,
I
it's not.
don't dig it. Yes, because
You like Stephen
Dylan said Max Kellerman too. Yeah, Stephen A. 100%.
I mean, they
respect
both
it.
stink.
Yeah,
Fox Sports is way better.
Oh yeah, I watch
Yeah,
Fox
I
Sports.
don't know if
100% over
ESPN
that.
is the best, but you know that so many people
It's
watch
100%
that show.
not the,
Oh, yeah.
not the best.
Yeah.
Because
That's
it's-
why people. I think ESPN is the reason that people have such distorted views of sports.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, especially ESPN during COVID, it was like the same thing over again. Like,
Yep.
who's the GOAT athlete? And it was so annoying.
They just love to glorify bullshit.
They love to glorify bullshit and they love to stir the pot.
Yep.
Who doesn't know? You know?
Fox Sports
I
doesn't
know,
love
I do.
to.
I like stirring the pot a little bit.
Gage, who's your most surprisingly good team so far this
I
year?
mean, it's got to be the Jazz,
I'm with you on that.
right?
Yeah, I think the Knicks and the Suns would be up there, but I think it's got to be the Jazz too.
Or the one seed still,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, I picture the Jazz being, one of the top 6 teams in the West,
Yeah.
but by far the number 1.
No.
I did not see that
No,
coming.
no.
So good for them.
The
How about
Utah
your most
Jazz.
disappointing team?
I know I was talking good about the Celtics, but I think it's got to be the Celtics. A little bit, right?
That's it. That's a good choice. They were definitely in consideration for me. I'm
Yeah.
going with Dallas.
Okay.
Although Dallas they've won 8 out of 10, so they're definitely picking it up. But
I'll tell you this right now. Every Dallas team will disappoint you. We'll get into it, but they will.
This is midway though.
we're only at halfway.
This is
point.
mid-
They still have half.
A
A
the
lot of
season,
things. A lot of things can happen.
I would actually expect Dallas to probably finish at least in the top 5 in the West at this rate.
What's the playoffs like this year? I mean, I know it was easier to get into the playoffs last year.
So it's also easy again. It's the top 10 teams are
In
the
each division?
in each conference are
Okay,
in the
in
playoffs.
each conference.
Yeah. And then the 7 through 10 seeds will play a little like play-in tournament to get to the regular.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's
That's
terrible.
like the consolation tournament that nobody goes to.
Pretty much.
Put
Pretty
that, on,
much.
put that shit on ESPN too. We don't want to see that.
Pretty much.
Yeah. All right, Gage, who's your title favorite? After
I'm
this
going
one.
with the motherfucking Brooklyn Nets.
Dude, you bastard.
That's
That's my
bold.
pick too.
Let's go.
Really?
Dude,
Okay,
yeah.
you guys think the first year that they're good, they go all the way.
They are so unstoppable on offense right now.
On
It's unbelievable.
offense though, but not on defense.
They're not good on defense.
They're gonna get better on defense.
So
I know they will,
They still have half the season left.
and they're
They
getting
have
better.
at least one team who has obviously figured this out already and plays good defense. At least, come on.
They're gonna figure out how to
If
play
they're
defense.
only
They don't care right now. That's the thing. They're
But-
just playing games.
a true, well-rounded team is good on offense and defense. You can't just
They're
be
going to be.
offense.
They're going to be at the end of the season.
good at defense.
Book it. Yep.
I
But
hope
you know,
so.
also last year I talked mad shit about the Lakers, and they proved me wrong. So they probably will again.
I mean, if
They did.
If
I
the
talked.
Nets,
I
if the
talked.
Nets didn't exist, it would be the Lakers for sure.
Yeah,
But
I
think it's
talked
the Nets.
so much shit about the Lakers last year. But I gotta go
the
with
Nets
Nets.
are good.
Yeah,
though.
it's the
They're
Nets.
a good
But AD's
team.
out, and it's like they're kind of struggling
They're-
Mhm.
a little bit, a little bit.
Yeah, see, I don't want to overthink that, but I do think that. I mean, you got Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving. They're not getting
Those
stopped.
are 3 Hall of Famers.
Okay, but still.
They're not as good as the Warriors. I don't think
When?
the Warriors, like
when they were winning with
The
Kevin
first year-
Durant,
first year
Clay,
No,
they're not quite as good as
No,
that
no,
team.
no, no, no.
But they're really
Let's-
damn good.
No, it's not like ridiculous here.
But
they're really damn
you
good.
don't have that Warriors team anymore, so you could easily. win.
They're basically the now the Warriors.
I just really struggle with the idea that you put 3 stars on the same team and you win. You know that.
That's just the way basketball is.
But that's
it's
not
crazy.
necessarily true in any other sport.
It's the only sport that's like that.
Yeah.
You're 100% right.
It happened for the Heat twice.
Yep.
That's very true.
Happened for the Warriors twice.
That's true.
But- So you're saying
Fuck
Klay Thompson's like
basketball.
a
I
third star?
hate the NBA.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think he absolutely is.
Yeah.
I don't.
I,
Yeah,
like
think,
it.
I don't think he's. I mean, maybe like as far as name goes, he's not as good as Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think he
okay.
can be just as
Because
valuable
I'll
as Kyrie Irving.
also give you LeBron, Kyrie, and Kevin Love, who's also not. He'll be a Hall of Famer, but I don't think he's.
I
Kevin
feel like-
Love is not as good as any of the players we just talked about.
I feel
I
like
don't
James
think-
Harden is
yeah.
Do you think he's a Hall of
the
Famer?
least.
I'd have to look at his number. I think he probably could be.
I bet him being a part of that.
Yeah, I think he
5-year
could be.
Stretch.
Sure, yeah, I think he
Yeah.
could be. I don't think he is for sure, but I think he could be.
Like Klay Thompson's better than Kevin Love. I'm not gonna be.
Yeah, but Klay Thompson's not playing.
But I'm talking back to then though.
But
We're doing comparison.
his after-game interviews are 10 out of 10.
Dude, reporter Clay is
He's
A
great.
plus.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he's so good.
He should actually just quit
I love
basketball
it.
and do that.
I love it.
He
That's-
could easily go into
That's
that.
my favorite part of
Sideline
the
Clay.
NBA at the moment is when Clay does interviews because he asks good questions, okay? And I feel like a lot of sports.
He answers like such a
don't.
goof too. He's like he kind of has that like awkward personality,
He
you know.
definitely
But
does.
it's
He
like
was
kind of cool at the
not
same
meant
time.
to be an interviewer
No.
in any way, shape, or form,
No.
but he does it so well with his teammates.
Gage is taking a little piss break.
We're on to questions, right?
We're getting towards Q and A. Devin, do you have anything you want
Do I have any questions, or
No.
do I have anything I want to add?
anything you want to add before we move on to Q and
The
A? When are you gonna start watching basketball?
when the WNBA starts playing.
Ooh.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing to all the ISR listeners is women's sports need the viewers. Like honestly, even if
They
you
do.
turn it on TV and you walk away, to really achieve equality, women in general need the viewers. WNBA is the most. I mean, okay. The National Women's Soccer League is the most watched.
Is it over WNBA?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I mean, over the past year,
Okay.
people have suddenly become really interested in soccer, and I love it. I'm here for it, 100%. It's great. And the National Women's Soccer League is not on Twitch anymore, which is so
That's how they
great.
That's the only way
Yes.
they broadcast.
Yes, last
Jeez.
season it was on Twitch, and just because it's a women's league. So watch women's sports. Like every Sunday for the next couple weeks, the National Women's Hockey League is doing exposition games. Their tournament is starting back up again because they had a COVID scare.
Where can I
But
find them?
where,
Yeah.
dude? The exposition games are on NBC, I think.
Oh, they actually are televised.
Yes, on Sunday nights, and I've watched.
Is
both-
Kendall Coyne playing?
I don't know.
She's my favorite player.
Really struggle with hockey because I have no idea what's
Okay.
going on.
So you need to hang out with us more often.
I'm desperately trying to learn because I want to support women's sports as much as I can. I mean, if I start watching the fucking Sharks with you guys, whatever,
That'll
that's
be a
fine.
start.
But women's sports needs viewers. Do it.
Are we talking about Ashley's question?
No, we haven't
No.
gotten there yet. We're waiting for you.
He asked me if I wanted to add anything.
I'm gonna
Watch women's sports,
I'm gonna
dude.
cut this before we start because we're getting to the.
Are we in the hour mark?
Damn.
It's gonna be a half
What's
and
up?
half. We haven't gotten to the questions
I
yet.
have a Q&A. Are you okay? Drink.
I'm good. I'm 100% drunk right now.
Nice.
You're not driving though.
I'm drunk.
You can't drive.
Am I drunk? And no, I could not drive right now. 100%.
No.
Please don't do it.
Emerson with his cocktails and shots have fucked me up. And the
Thank you.
Cadillac margarita.
Caddy,
Caddy daddy.
I've been
Alright.
drunk since Don Prigos.
yeah. Same.
All right, it's time for Q&A.
Ooh. We
Hopefully.
have a lot of questions.
We have a hell of a lineup.
Is
You
this-
should talk about women in sports this week. That's what I'm saying.
Is this our most amount of questions?
No, I think we've had. I want to say we've had like 13 one time.
So we're close.
We're close.
Okay.
We got 10.
Which I love this. I could do this.
Yeah.
Like I said.
Okay, but
My best-
time out. If we're really answering Ashley's question right now, the
We
national
already
women-
Do you want to say what the question is?
Yeah. Okay. Ashley Sills. Her question is not a question. You should talk about women in sports this week. It was International Women's Day. We
Yesterday, right?
recognized a lot of women in sports. There is so much to do in women's sports right now. Even sports that you think are thriving, there are problems in women's sports. But the Challenge Cup is coming up for
What's that?
National Women's Soccer League.
Okay.
The National Women's Hockey League is going to finish their tournament. So I think it's like just the finals. I mean,
It's like their championship or
yeah,
whatever? Okay.
there were
For the whole season?
there's only like 6 teams in the National Women's Hockey League, and
Okay.
2 of them couldn't be in it because of COVID.
Oh,
So
wow.
it was a really short tournament anyway, but it was cut short because of COVID.
Yeah.
So now they are going to finish. I'm not totally confident on the date. I could look it up if you want me to. But like I just said, women's sports, they need
Support.
viewers. They
Yes,
need viewers. If you want to see women's sports on ESPN, on Fox is the most willing to air them. Like, you'll see every women's national team game on FS1.
Yeah.
We love
Absolutely.
Fox. I love
Yeah.
Fox.
They,
Not Fox News, but Fox.
which is super ironic. Just the,
Yeah.
but
You mean Tucker Carlson isn't your guy? Anyways.
We just like politics there.
women's sports need the views. It's different. I will fully acknowledge that women's sports, if you watch the Sharks and you start watching the National Women's Hockey League, it's going to be different.
Of course.
But it's still, they still need the viewers.
Yeah.
When you watch women's soccer, I mean, for me, it's more interesting than men's soccer. But it's definitely different. So you just need to know that going in, but you still need to watch.
Okay.
Women need the viewers to even get to that platform that the men are even on. Like,
Yeah.
that's the first step right now to equality is viewers.
You know what I think would, and maybe this isn't perfect, but because I think in these women's leagues they want to probably create their own brands, but I think it would be cool if, like, there was a hockey team in the Bay Area and they were called the Sharks also.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of, like, even when I was younger, a lot of men's clubs have a women's team. I
Mhm.
mean, look at
Well,
the
like in European soccer, they all do.
Premier League
Yeah.
has almost every team has
All the
a
major
women's
ones, at least.
league.
Yeah.
And Manchester United is
I think that'd be super cool.
thriving right now.
That'd be a great way to create a fan base. I think. I don't
Yeah.
know. That's just my.
I mean, a lot of, quite a few women from the U.S. women's national team have gone to the U.K. because of the National Women's Soccer League and how
It's not
horrible it
relevant.
is.
Well, yeah.
So, yes, you're absolutely right. There are fan bases who will watch the women because
Yeah.
of the men. And I feel like that's how the WNBA is right now because the NBA has been so vocal about
Yeah.
supporting the WNBA.
Yeah. Well, they have kind of done a similar thing. Like the LA Sparks were the same colors as the Lakers, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So they do kind of a
absolutely.
similar thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it would be smart in all respects
Absolutely.
if they did something like that.
It's a bummer that that's how it has to start, like that you have to ride off. the
Sure.
clout of
Yeah.
men,
That's
but
why I said it. I don't know if it would be perfect to do it. 'Cause
I
they-
actually think that's a really good idea because people are
It'd be-
more
yeah.
interested in men's sports.
I think yes, because it's been a
It's just
more
been it's been
exactly.
like that
It's been
long.
around.
There's a
more.
big enough fan base. Everybody
Exactly.
is obsessed with it. Like there's
Everyone has
women's-
already invested their emotions into these.
There's a women's
sports teams.
football league, like American football.
The lingerie football. Yes.
Fuck off.
Sorry.
Megan!
There
Sorry,
are,
I know you've
there
seen
are-
that video.
Sorry.
There are women that get
Who, me?
in full.
Yes, I'm so
Megan!
You're a bitch.
I know.
There are
That was bad.
women that dress that get full on pads and play football. I didn't know that until last season. I have never watched a women's football game, but that's what I'm saying is nobody knows.
No, I did not know
because they're so obsessed with men's
that. And
sports.
also,
I'm sorry.
to let everybody know that I am a feminist. I am
You have to specify that
I
at
love-
this point.
supporting women. I really do. Devin knows. Come
Yeah,
on.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Just bottom line, women need the viewers.
Yeah.
Like, even if you turn it on and you walk away, please put it on. As women, Ashley Sills, I love your question. 10 out of 10. We need to support female athletes. Dude, an entire team in the WNBA swayed the election.
Yeah.
Like, they're making big moves and nobody knows about it because nobody watches women's sports. I mean, I do, but nobody
It's-
watches women's
That's
sports.
how it is, and it's how it is, and it sucks. It really does
But
suck.
Yeah,
what
it's
if
not
you
fair.
guys took some time out of your week to watch at least one women's sports game?
I'll do that this week.
Yes!
Done.
I will
Signed,
too.
sealed, delivered.
I think it's just the National Hockey League on Sunday. I think that's the only one.
Okay.
The U.S.
We
Women's
might see
National...
some women's college basketball, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking college sports, but yes, absolutely. They're starting...
Okay.
I mean, they're playing.
But
They're
you're right though.
pulsing.
The collegiate sports don't suffer the way that
No.
the professional ones do.
Yeah. They go professional and then the viewership goes way down.
Yeah. That's so weird.
Yeah, it is weird, but
But
it's women. But
It-
it's women, and we play every single sport differently, and that's how you need to go into it. You need to go into watching the WNBA, knowing for a fact that it's going to be a different sport. It's not going to be like the NBA.
it's also easier for a school to get support
Absolutely.
because it's a school and they don't
Like
even think about who's playing.
UConn forever. In North Carolina in soccer forever. You
Yeah.
will watch the women's team because you know
Yeah.
they are
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
That's just like it's just general knowledge. But
Yeah.
then you get into the professional side of it, and it's just really sad to me in any sport to see a woman work that hard and then play at the same level as men and not be first of all paid, second of all respected as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dynamic is really, it sucks.
Yeah.
It really does.
So thank you, Ashley Souls, for your question.
Her
Wait,
follow
What
up.
are your top 3 female athletes, women in sports?
Ooh,
Ooh,
why does
I
it have to
wanna
be
know
3?
Your guys'
I have so many.
answer. Okay, let's hear yours.
I'll do 3. I
Okay.
got caught me off guard. I just read this, but I kind of did some research.
current, not former, current.
But does it have to be current?
No, but it said athletes / women in sports, so it could be like
Mine may
so
not be
it's-
current.
So it's like,
Okay, go
it could be
ahead.
more like an advocate.
Okay, go
Number
ahead.
1 for me is Megan Rapinoe.
Nice.
Number 2 is
Love it.
Serena Williams.
Nice.
Number 3 is Simone Biles.
Nice.
Simone Biles is an incredible athlete. Gymnastics is such an underrated sport, especially women's gymnastics is such an underrated sport. Because if you play college, you don't play Olympics.
Yeah.
You have to choose one or the other. And it's not even in college that you choose that. It's when you're like 13 or 14 years old when you choose that path. And it's so hard. Like Jordan Weber, she went to the Olympics and she choked. Like honestly, she choked. She was supposed to be the best. She got hurt and she choked.
Damn.
Oh, that sucks.
So she couldn't play. She couldn't go to NCAA and be a gymnast because she took sponsors in the Olympics because the Olympics is so expensive, even as an individual, to go. So she couldn't play NCAA.
Well.
She got into UCLA, the best, by far, the best gymnastics team. She couldn't do it. She became a coach. Luckily, she was given the opportunity to be a coach. But gymnastics is so fucked the way that they're being, and like HBO did a documentary on it. That's how fucked it is. Serena Williams is the GOAT. I would say the GOAT above Tom Brady.
Oh.
She has won
She
so
owned her
many
sport. She owned her
titles.
fucking sport.
See, like if you're looking at sports, she has thrived in her sport.
She's owned her sport as much as anyone you could probably.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would love, I don't know if it's going to happen, I would love to see her win another championship.
I hope she gets back. I mean, she did pretty well in the in Aussie
She did
Open.
really
right?
well. Yeah.
She didn't get to the.
No.
She get to the semis or the quarters.
She got to the semis.
Yeah. So I mean, and she's coming off having a kid, so you got to give her some time, right?
And Megan Rapinoe was off for a year. She supported her fiance, and she's still thriving.
Yeah, I know Rapinoe's not really playing, but it's like I feel like
No, she is
just-
playing
alright,
now. She is playing
yeah,
now.
think about
I feel like women in
She's-
sports. I feel like she's such an advocate. Like talks out loud,
Just for
Yeah.
feminism in
which
general.
is really fucking cool.
Yeah.
I love that. I think it's sweet. I really. Do.
I want to be
I think it's
Megan
really
Rapinoe when I grow up. It's on my shirt.
What are your three? Do you have three?
I got some original badasses.
Okay, go ahead.
Jenny Finch.
Okay.
No, but
No.
She just said.
okay.
We
She didn't say
cancel
when.
out current. We
Yes.
cancel out
Okay.
current.
She
Okay.
didn't say when,
Jenny Finch. Okay,
Jenny Finch.
agreed.
right?
You said that just to butter her up because
No, absolutely not.
No, it's
I know.
as a
Absolutely not.
woman, I agree 100%.
Jenny Finch. I also love that she goes to the celebrity all softball game
Yeah,
every year,
yeah.
and she's always the pitcher. She's dope. Lisa Leslie, another original badass.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Right?
Hell yeah.
Who's my last one? Oh, Amanda Nunez, because she will
Ooh,
just fuck.
man,
She'll fuck us up.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
She'll fuck guys up.
Oh yeah, easily.
Like, oh.
She should start fighting. You know, the lower.
Yes, she
Any,
should.
oh, I shouldn't say that. Any guy who wants to fight her should
Right.
fight him.
I think there are a lot of even just current athletes that you're missing, like Diana Taurasi.
Yes, I like her a lot.
And who's that?
10 out of 10,
Who's
the
the tennis-
best woman in the N or
Who's
in the
the-
WNBA.
The old tennis player. I forget her name.
Steffi Graf?
No, she. She played that one. She played the match against the man, and she beat the man. I forget what her name
Here's
is.
the thing, though, is like the national women's soccer team.
Yeah.
They are the best team. They have not lost in the last 3 years, almost 3 years. They lost to a college men's team because the sport is different. I don't think it's fair when a woman
they
when a
shouldn't be
woman
playing each
goes
other.
up against a man. Like I said prior, the sport is different.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know if that qualifies you as an amazing athlete because you played a man. Like I think that's super misogynistic.
That's
honestly.
weird. Yeah, I think.
Like the other day when we turned on the Premier League game and we only watched it for a few minutes.
Yeah.
That sucked to me. It's like make a move. The
Yeah.
women soccer players, they make moves. They don't play a safe game. Men play a safer game than women.
I
It's
was
just
talking-
different.
Billie Jean King.
Oh yeah,
Tennis
that's a good
player.
one. That's
She
a good
was-
one.
I want to watch her documentary on HBO.
I
for
haven't
sure.
seen it, but she's
Neither
definitely
have
an
I.
advocate for women's sports, and it's awesome.
100%.
One thing I want to say about women's sports is that they play, like if you compare it to like, especially like soccer or basketball, they play a more pure game than the men do
Yes.
because they're not relying on like, especially in basketball, they're not relying on like height
Athleticism.
and athleticism or strength or whatever or size to be good. They actually, they're moving the ball and playing tougher defense. Like you definitely can't. Like in the NBA, there's not a lot of defenses.
I feel like women have to be more ballsy in that way because they want to show that they're good. You know,
Sure,
like
yeah.
women have to.
I don't even think
play
they
all their
have to. I think
cards.
it's just like, I think it's a natural.
I think
just,
they have to. I think they have to show people. I mean, like NBA fans. Show NBA fans that they fuck around with the same sport. They have to be that much better.
Yeah.
To
I think
get
you could
your
also
attention.
you could also compare it to like, say like the best women's game and how they play to like, like Division III men's basketball because they're probably thinking the same thing. They're like, we are not that good, but
Yeah,
we're
but
gonna.
we have to show that
We,
we're
this is
good.
we're here to.
Which is super unfortunate because there are a lot of women who are infinitely better than D3 sports.
Oh sure, yeah. I'm sure
But that's honestly, you have said it exactly the way it is. That's where women's sports is at.
Yeah.
There's no, I mean, women in the United States, women's soccer is the most popular at the moment.
And I think it has to do with the fact that they're just really good.
Yeah, because 4 stars, bitch. But it took 4 World Cups. 4
For people to
for
actually
people
realize.
to start paying attention,
Yeah.
and people pay attention to the men's national team.
Could you
and
imagine-
they haven't won one.
Could you imagine if they did win one, the world would,
Oh,
the
it'd
U.S.
explode.
would crumble.
It'd explode.
Freak out. The U.S. would freak out, and that sucks to me. Like
And-
it took 4 World Cups
And
for
I-
people to start paying attention.
And
to
I still
women.
freaked out the last one. I wasn't with you. I wasn't with you, the last one. But
Which one?
The World Cup for
The
women's.
men's or women's?
Women's.
You were.
Oh,
no,
I
you
freaked
never?
out.
Oh, I think I
I
was in Tahoe.
freaked out.
I was. And I,
Like-
You weren't over that day,
No.
huh?
Okay, but
Man.
like
I freaked out by myself. You know, it was really
a
cool.
lot of people know Alex Morgan because she's hot. You know, Hope Solo because every guy
Julie
wanted
Ertz.
to fuck Hope Solo. Okay? Like, don't even deny it. You know who Hope Solo is, and
Who?
you thought
Okay.
about it. You did. Julie Ertz, absolutely.
She's awesome.
She's nice.
But there are so many women on that team who are exceptional.
Oh yeah.
Exceptional. Like even the ones that are just coming in. The U.S. women's national team is going to thrive for at least the next 4 years.
That's nice.
Even as the newer players are coming in. I mean, you have. Don't get me started on even the new players that are coming in.
Can I drop
I've
one
set
more
it up-
goat female?
Yes.
Brandy Chastain.
Yes.
I know you know who that is. Dude.
One-
Fucking ripping off the shirt.
100
Oh yeah. Oh dude.
110%.
1998,
Dude,
baby.
to me, that's one of the best pictures of all. The Sports Illustrated of her, like,
She's
like,
like,
going like this.
"Oh, yes."
It's one of the best pictures of all time. It really is.
I love it.
It's great. It is great.
All right.
Yeah.
Are we done with women? Just kidding.
Our next question is.
Women
Speaking
are
of
great.
women.
Yeah.
Watch women's sports. Invest in women's sports. Come on, guys. Follow me on Instagram. I will show you all the shit that women are doing.
Our
I
next
think it annoys
question
people.
is from another woman, Tiny Padawan. She asks, "What are your thoughts on Newsom saying fans will be able to watch baseball indoors?" I love this.
Okay, but like, I think she's referring to.
I think it was a typo. She said in baseball indoors.
Well, I think she meant like
We're not watching baseball indoors.
No, nobody's watching baseball indoors.
I think she means like at the
I
stadium.
think
Yeah,
what
yeah.
she's getting at is that COVID is still running rampant, and now all of a sudden Gavin Newsom is allowing fans. It's super fucking exciting in every
I'm super
single
stoked.
sport. It really is. Is it the smartest thing?
Probably not. No.
I mean, if it's only gonna be 8,000 people in the stands, I
Yeah.
mean,
There
it's not gonna be. It's gonna be fine. I
to
think it's gonna be fine.
Sativa, I think it's super limited. I think
It's-
honestly, all sports are going to be super expensive for the next
Yeah.
couple of
we
years.
were talking about that
because-
earlier, Don Pricos. Like, how much are the tickets going to be for these?
because it's going to be a limited percentage. But yes,
I mean,
we want
people are
we
getting
want-
vaccinated,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and people that get vaccinated can hang out within 6 feet and without a mask.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what? So,
I
and
think it's gonna
apparently
be.
we're all going to be
it's
vaccinated
great.
by May.
I think
so-
it's great.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think if it doesn't happen as fast as we want it to, may it be as great? Maybe not. But right now, at the moment, with the projectile we're on,
We got opening day.
Yeah.
Oakland,
Hell
San Francisco, 8,000 fans. Fuck it.
let's
go.
do it.
That's like a normal game anyways.
Other cities in the United States have had a whole fucking NFL season, and the
Yeah.
California has not. Like
Yeah.
the 49ers
I'm so
couldn't even
ready
play at their own stadium because
for
of the
part
air
of the year,
quality.
Yeah.
It's dope.
There's a bunch of
And
people.
our next,
I understand her concern, but it's dope as fuck.
I don't know if she's concerned. I think she's just curious what we think.
yeah.
I mean, I feel like I know her well enough that I think
It
there's
was
a
a concern?
concern
Okay,
there.
fair
Yeah.
So this question is kind of the same from Katie Face, a fan of the show,
Yeah.
currently watching Ant-Man vs. the Wasp. Or whatever.
Are they watching that?
In the living room, I think so, yeah.
Anyhow,
So she asked us, "Are we all going to a Giants game since apparently we're allowed to go this season?" I would
Maybe.
love to. It'd be
Are
great.
you invited? I don't know. Just kidding, Katie. Yeah, let's fucking go to a game.
Yeah,
Let's
it
go.
might be a boys thing.
Yeah.
If you're allowed.
Are you buying the tickets?
Okay, do you know what? Katie, you can come, okay?
Yeah. The answer to your question is yes. We would love to
me
go.
as a
We will make the
non-attached
effort.
female, yes.
Yeah.
We're going. And if Katie and I buy our own fucking tickets and have our own experience, fuck y'all.
Hey,
We're going to the game.
We're all going bleachers. We're all gonna be just fucking there.
Hell
It's
yeah,
gonna
we're gonna be
sweet.
trashed. Yes.
Yeah.
That's a bleachers game
What she
for
said.
you.
All right, our boy Chava. He asks how bad. Speaking of the Giants, how bad are our SF Giants going to be this year? Bad.
Not good.
I'm putting it at. I'm saying 76 wins.
Are they playing a full 162?
Playing 162. We're doing it. I don't think they're going to be a playoff team. Definitely not.
I'll say 68 wins.
That's harsh, but I like it.
Okay.
I think it's definitely possible.
The Giants are in such a transitional period at the moment. It's really hard.
2022, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't even think it's that soon though.
Maybe 2023.
They are taking the transitional period that any team makes. You know, they were thriving for a lot of years.
Yeah.
But you just have to give them a minute, you know? Like,
course.
I feel like a lot of fans
They-
go like, 2022!
They
It's
have
okay.
a lot of money coming off the books after this coming season.
They do.
So
They,
that is what
they absolutely
that
do.
is going to be the difference maker. Also, they need to develop some young guys. Mike Yastrzemski is not going to be enough.
But that's the direction that they always go in. They don't invest in younger guys.
But they're going to now because
Are you
Farhan,
positive, though?
they are. That's
No, he's not positive.
no, that's what exactly what they're doing.
I'm just not...
Does that mean that all their young guys are going to be good? No, but that's what they're doing.
I'm not as sure as you in that fact because
They haven't
they
signed
have
anyone.
relied on their stars for so long, and it's so obvious to me that they need to bring in fresh, younger players, and they brought in Mike Yastrzemski. They did.
He's not even young though.
No, but he has thrived on that team.
He's been
done
great.
so
He's been
well,
awesome.
but I still think they really need to invest their time, and they haven't.
They're waiting for guys to grow up.
I don't know. If I
So there's a guy named Elio Ramos.
Mhm.
He's not going to be up this year. Maybe next year. I'm not going to name the catcher because I can't.
Because
I can't. I really don't want to take a shot right now. And then we also have the shortstop named Marco Luciano, he's a little ways away. He's probably 2023.
What about
Yeah.
Crawford?
He's 19.
I
Crawford's gonna
would
go.
give it more like 2023, 2024 that you will
Sure.
start seeing the Giants.
I think
thrive again.
I think they could be a playoff team in 2023.
Yes, absolutely.
Next year's probably still going to be a ramp up, kind of getting things together.
Yeah.
The pitching is a disaster right now, and
Oh my god!
it's really far from being good.
Don't get me started on the
Yeah.
fucking pitching of the
Yeah.
Giants.
It's really far from being good.
It's
bad.
been
But
garbage.
the
for
position
years.
players, they have some top prospects. They actually have 5 in the top 100
Yeah.
in Major League
Oh,
Baseball.
okay.
No,
So
and I mean the position players have always really been great, but the weak point in the Giants has always been the
well,
pitchers.
when they were good,
They-
it wasn't.
Yes,
Yeah.
but
But over the last
moment they
the
weren't
last 5
good,
years, yes.
the moment they weren't good, the pitchers have always failed. Relief pitchers have been garbage. And
2 years ago, the
that's
bullpen was good. Last year, it was
horrible. It was horrible. I mean, even the game that happened today.
well. I mean, it's spring training.
Okay, but spring training matters.
Can't put any stock. No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Results in spring training do not matter.
Yes. But I think what you see in spring training is very telling of what you're going to see during the season. That's just my 2 cents as the peanut gallery. Not on camera.
What's Travis' next question, Gage?
Child's next question is: who are your top 3 candidates for MVP this year? NBA.
So your MVP right now is Joel Embiid,
Joel
right?
Embiid.
So who are your other 2 favorites?
I'll say James Harden, and I will say I'll give LeBron. some of
LeBron
this. I'll give
James.
LeBron
I'll give
James.
LeBron one, I guess.
To me, yeah, it's Harden, LeBron. Embiid's not a bad one. I think he's probably up there. I'm trying to think who else would maybe even be in there. Yeah, those are probably the 3 guys right now. Because I mean, I picked Luka from the beginning of the year, and he's having a good year, but the Mavs are just not quite there.
Yeah, I picked Durant, but he's missed a couple games.
Yeah, he's missed a lot of games.
Yeah.
I think it's even hard too because of how those guys on the team.
Yeah, exactly.
He's gonna have if he's gonna win it, he's gonna have to come back and outplay James Harden, which it's gonna be hard to do at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd go with the same three. I think Harden's my
Can we
favorite.
bring
at this
back? Can we bring back Fat James Harden? Maybe that would be
Fat
That's why he got
Harden.
traded.
for 5 minutes.
That's
No,
why he got traded.
he got traded and then he got fat.
All right, now we're moving on to the best questions of the day. They're not sports related, ironically.
Which we love.
Yeah.
I love these questions more than sports questions.
I think they're a good.
I'm so
they're a good change of pace.
I'm so curious to hear what you guys have to say.
All right, yeah.
All right.
Because obviously I don't have this problem.
Yeah.
So this first one is from our friend Hannah, my Hannah Festo.
Isn't that a great name?
That's a pretty
Yes.
good
My Hannah.
First time I
Festo.
saw it, I was like, that's creative, Hannah. Good
Yeah.
job.
Yeah, we love it. She doesn't listen to us, but maybe she will now. But
She has
She
to.
asked a question. She has to.
she has to.
She has to.
She has to.
She asks, is Morningwood like every day?
Is it low?
And so for those who may not be familiar, if you've been living,
But yeah,
living under a
first of all,
rock,
what's Morningwood?
Morningwood is when a man, or someone with a penis wakes up with a hard-on or boner,
A boner,
or
a stiffy.
Okay, but
stiffy.
is
a
it
chub.
specifically waking up, or can you wake up and then get a boner?
No, it's got to be when you wake up and you're already
Morningwood's when you wake up and you're hard.
you're already hard.
For sure,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
For me, is it every day? No. But it happens. It happens
Between the two of you, is it every day?
Well, for
But, I mean, how frequent is it? Like, could you put two people together and guarantee that you would have Morningwood every day?
I think in high school it's probably like 2 or 3 times a week.
I'd say right now it's like 3 times
yeah,
a week.
at
Really? You
your
think it's that
guys'
much?
age
I don't-
group,
I really
is
don't
it
think
like
it is.
3 guys?
For me, I think it's like one time a week. Maybe I'm just not that horny. I don't know.
If you had a woman in your life that you were dreaming about, would it be more? Does it depend on? I have.
It doesn't
so,
matter. It doesn't
I'm
matter.
gonna follow up Hannah's questions and ask every single
It
question.
doesn't even
because I
matter.
don't know.
It doesn't even matter if it's a woman in my life. It's like if I'm thinking about women,
Yeah.
it's like it's part
Yeah,
of
it doesn't take. Yeah, it doesn't
Okay.
take someone being in your life
But
to
I
think
feel
about
like
it.
having a woman in your life would influence it more.
I think it would.
Yeah,
I think
because-
it does less.
If you're sleeping next to her, then you're probably thinking about it a little more.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about like sleeping next to them. I'm just talking about you thinking about them. Like, let's say tomorrow Emerson forms this crush on Jane Doe over here.
Yeah,
All of a-
Jane Doe.
She's
a
not.
babe.
She's not in the bed with him, but is he thinking about her?
Of course he is. Because if he's
Is
already,
he getting Morningwood because of her?
yeah, because he's already thinking about hitting it, which he probably already has, which means yes, he has Morningwood.
I
Yeah,
don't think
I
it's. I
love
don't
the
think
confidence.
women are really related to Morningwood. To be completely
No,
honest.
from what I'm getting from the two of
Like
you, I
women
don't think so either.
in one's life
No,
does not affect.
I think
Morningwood.
it's just Morningwood.
I think it's just Morningwood.
Morningwood, it's a thing.
I agree. From the conversation
It's its
we have
own
had
entity.
prior to the podcast, I don't think it has any.
So to answer the question, is it every day?
No.
For me, no.
I don't think for anybody it's a yes. So
I mean,
I'm
for
going
me,
no.
I have Morningwood every morning.
Good for you.
I don't have a penis. But
You have morning dew.
no! I don't have morning dew every morning.
All right.
I don't have morning dew every morning. Gross.
Morningwood is gone.
That's
On to the,
one of the
next.
best questions we've had on this
Yeah,
show.
We're
thank you,
not
Hannah.
talking
Thank
about
you, Hannah,
morning
appreciate
dew.
That was quality.
Let's have a women's episode and we'll talk about morning dew.
Okay, there we go.
We have to get Ashley Sills and Zoe Banchester
Who?
on the podcast.
Yeah, we don't know.
And
them.
Devin
Who and who?
Wallace. You guys aren't even invited. We're doing a
Oh, we
women's
peanut gallery.
That would be fun.
That's the whole point. It's like
For
you guys
sure.
are here and then we're
that
there.
would be so
Yeah,
fun. That would be really fun.
So our next question is from Margan Fo. Yes.
You got
And
all-
she says, "What's going on with you two? Are you coming out?" So do you want to give the backstory of this question?
Yeah, I'm assuming she's making fun of us for the picture that we posted for.
Also, I wanted to ask because knowing your mom, I'm surprised about this question. I feel like someone hacked her account and asked us this like last time. Remember?
But I mean, how many times have you guys kissed?
well, we
we
don't.
definitely kiss on the
We,
cheek.
we don't share that on the air.
How many
but
times have the two of you kissed on the lips?
Never.
Never.
Seriously?
Never
Not
have.
once.
Do you want us to?
Yeah, 100%.
not
I
happening.
think it needs to happen. It does not need to be passionate in any way, but the lips need to touch.
See, that's why I can't do it to be passionate. So I do too much. For it.
Well,
Okay.
if that's just a guideline for me. If there's passion involved, that would be okay.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
No, it would be okay if
No,
there
how-
was passion involved.
No.
But
So also,
come on, you guys gotta kiss.
Margan, I gotta say I'm surprised that you asked this question. 2021. Why do you ask? You're making gauge. This is a gay
Okay,
joke
but what from that question thinks that she's judging you?
because of the picture that we posted of us standing next to each other like normal people.
And the 3 question marks at the end of each
yeah,
question.
Yes.
She's
Well-
definitely hating.
So Morgan, I gotta say,
You think she's hating on you? If
she's making a joke, which I appreciate, but it's like, come on, you're making a gay joke. You're better than that. You're better than that, Morgan. I know you are. I know you are.
I'm going to assume that she's not making a gay joke, and that she won't.
Well, she's making a joke. Maybe not.
She's definitely poking at us. We're not coming out
But
because
I
we're not
agree,
gay.
the two
but
of you need a kiss. On the lips.
maybe
No,
some.
If I were-
100%.
If
yes.
I were to kiss a man, to be Emerson. For
If
me.
you
I'm-
have
I'm with
seen,
that.
if you have seen any 2 women kiss at a party, the 2 of you need to kiss, and I can guarantee the 2 of you have seen 2 women kiss. Yes,
I'm trying to
you have.
remember. I probably have, but
I
I'm
have.
trying to
Yes,
remember who
you
did.
have.
I did over the weekend.
I'm just trying to remember who did. You saw 2 women kiss?
Yes.
Nice. Who?
I'm not gonna put it on. I'm not gonna put it on wax.
Names are wasn't real.
Wax. Shut the fuck up. All right, our next question is from Jay Faring. He asks, "Is grocery outlet just the Ross of grocery stores?"
Yes.
And he only
100%.
He asks this because of our grocery outlet 20-minute conversation last week. But the answer to the question, straight up, yes.
Yes.
It is
But
100%.
grocery outlet, if you go there having the mindset that you probably are not going to get everything you want, especially like
Oh, yeah.
name brand shit.
Yeah,
sure, yeah.
100%. It's dope. It's cheaper,
You just
and you find some gems.
Just
And
go
you
there
don't
looking
think
for a
it's
deal. Don't go there looking for anything specific.
Yeah.
Just go there looking for a deal.
Like if you make a grocery list, you're not going to grocery outlet. You
No.
might check
That'd be a
couple
mistake.
things off, and then you
Yeah.
have to run over to wherever you're going to go next.
Yeah.
100%.
But you definitely find your deals. Big fan of grocery outlet over here.
I think it smells, but that's just me.
And our last question is from Lizzie Lynn asking, if you had to live on one type of beer forever, which one would it be? Ooh, this is
I assume she's asking or saying like a type,
Like
as
a
in like
type
an
of beer
IPA or a
one
pilsner,
specific beer.
not like Sierra Nevada Pale Ale.
I was gonna say if
I
I
think-
pick one, it's Sierra Nevada Pale Ale.
Okay, fair enough.
Seriously, it is. It's
If she's going by like style of beer, I'm saying Pale Ale for sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
Because it's not too
absolutely.
heavy, but it's got flavor.
It's a good
In between.
middle of the
if
road
we're going by
beer.
one type of beer, I'm going just like a Bud Light because you can kind of go
You can-
however.
It's
I
very
think I
versatile.
would,
I can play-
I would
I can play
err more
beer
on
die.
Emerson's side. You can't do a heavy one like an IPA or even
Yeah.
especially not a double.
I can play
IPA.
beer dag, play beer pong, I can drink casually. Personally, I can. do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Well-
that makes sense. But you're drinking water. Come on, have better
No,
standards.
you're actually
Have a
you're
pale-
actually drinking water.
I'm 100% drinking actual
I don't
water.
know.
But Bud Light, you're drinking water. If you want to drink a
I still
beer, drink a pale ale or
Drink one of these babies.
yeah,
Or maybe like a Dale's.
Yeah,
like a
D10
Dale's Pale Ale.
Dale's
just
are
get a
nice.
low
Yeah.
percentage pale ale and you're chilling.
Yeah.
All day, you could play games with that, and you'll actually get flavor from your beer.
And a little fudged up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good ass. It's a good ass.
I would
time
go.
with a
I would
pale
go
ale.
light beer. Because I
That's-
want to play
that
beer
makes
games.
That makes me genuinely sad.
I'm going hop stupid.
Oof.
Oh my god.
I'm going.
I mean, if it has to be one actual specific beer, I think I might do something big. Just like it'd be my
Like a fucking Pliny.
one I'd go to. Yeah, exactly. One I'd go to
that
here
would
and there.
that would fucking.
Like when I really
one
want a nice
Pliny.
beer.
I'm doing Sierra Nevada Pale Ale if it's one beer,
That's a
one
good choice.
type of beer.
I like that choice.
It's the end all be all for me.
I might go like Deschutes Fresh Squeeze or something.
I really, really have enjoyed Far West ciders recently.
That's not a beer though.
It's a cider.
It's
it
not beer.
counts.
It's not.
No,
it's
it
not,
doesn't
it's not
count.
beer.
Doesn't count.
All
not
right,
beer.
then Anchor Brewing.
Same with sours, not beers.
Anchor Brewing.
Good beer.
Their pale ale. It's in a green can. I vibe off that. It's
Okay.
not too heavy.
I need to find
I'm
it.
not like fucked up at the end of the night. It's not on my dresser because I finish it. It's good. But I would agree with you that a pale ale would probably be my choice.
As far as style, yes.
Last call.
Last call.
Oh my god, we made it.
We made it. We're only an hour and a half.
Hour and a
in.
half in.
We're doing good.
Back to back hour 30s. Fuck it.
All right, guys. I'm gonna congratulate you. You ready?
Yeah. Wait. You want to explain why?
Oh my
I'm going
god.
to. Yes.
Yes.
Don't give him the
Oh,
satisfaction.
this is
Gage.
just so nice.
Gage. I mean, it's only week 4, but
Yes.
Yeah.
It is only
But-
week 4.
But I will give you the credit. You got maximum points this weekend in NASCAR at Vegas.
Yes.
Your boys Kyle Larson and Brad Keselowski came through. They
We're
finished
top.
1-2, 1-2, and they won both stages. They won stage 1 and 2
Yes.
together. You had it dialed in this weekend.
It was.
Did you know that Vegas was going to be the week?
No.
Okay.
I don't assume any. I don't assume any week's my week.
But this week was your week.
This
It
week was your week.
Hey, Carl Larson, he's my second driver, and he won. And
Yeah, Kyle Larson's better than
Do you think
Keselowski
it'll
right
stay
now.
that way though?
absolutely not.
So you're gonna vibe off of this win.
I
That's
got-
week
I have
4
to.
win
I have
for
to.
as long
I gotta
as
say, Larson and those Hendrick cars were pretty quick this week, and he was the one who prevailed.
I did not watch the race. I saw the outcome. Or I saw like on my phone the outcome, so it was nice.
you're a faker.
You should have seen the start of the race. I mean, Larson and William Byron and Chase Elliott just ran away from the field.
Yeah.
Those are
Okay.
all Hendrick guys.
Gotcha.
Even Bowman was top 10.
Yeah. So do you want to say what the house standings are right now?
Yeah, so that propelled you into
I got
number 1.
8 points.
You got 9 points.
9 points.
9 points.
So that's the max you can get.
Max
this
you can
week.
get in 1 week.
That's fine.
9
That's
points.
sweet.
Yeah. 5 for the win, 2 for the top 5, and 1
Does
for
that-
each stage.
How often do you think has that happened? Very
I
often?
want to say
one time.
somebody maybe did it last year. I
Gotcha, okay.
cannot remember. I want to say somebody maybe did it last year.
So I'm up. I'm first and 13th.
Yeah.
Or I'm first with 13.
Yeah.
But Ashley's still only behind me by 3.
Yeah, it's been a slow moving beginning of the season. I mean, obviously you and Danny are the only ones who have wins
Yeah.
so far.
Yeah.
Ashley has had the most consistent drivers
Yeah.
outside of that. So it's you with 13, Ashley with 10, Danny's got 9, Dylan 6, Garrett 5, Alex 3, and myself with 3. I went backwards this week. Al Murillo has been killing me so
Ooh.
far. But
I'm glad I picked Larson.
it is, yeah, like he was gonna be my guy for sure. Yeah, I mean it's so early.
It's very It's
As we saw last year, the season does not start until the playoffs
Yeah.
get going. So
I just had a really good week. And I was stoked.
yeah, no, it's got to feel good. I mean,
Yeah.
that was me last year. Like every other week, I feel like Kevin Harvick was winning
Yeah,
the race.
yeah.
But obviously, it didn't work out in the end.
I'm stoked
Yeah.
for sure.
What do you think about Blake Griffin to the Nets?
What was the first thing that you said to me when I sent that to you?
He's washed.
Yeah.
He's washed.
But why are the Nets spending all this money?
Well,
He's
he's not-
free. He's basically free.
Okay.
He got bought out by
I
Detroit.
mean, he's Blake of the Year for
He's washed.
part of my
To
team.
me, he'll.
So a couple of weeks ago,
he ain't
I was
gonna be
watching NBA The Jump, that show on ESPN.
Mhm.
And Rachel Nichols said, Blake Griffin has not dunked in a game since 2019.
Yeah.
And I
sad.
I literally texted Gage immediately. I'm like, that's unbelievable. Like he hasn't
That
dunked.
is unbelievable.
And it's not a lie. He has not dunked since 2019.
Why though? Because he's washed?
So he's had, I think, major knee surgery, if I'm not mistaken. So he just doesn't have the hops that he used
He
to.
was with Kendall Jenner for a hot minute.
That too. He's got the Kardashian curse. He also has changed his game completely. He does not play inside the paint.
He's playing more of the outside.
He shoots like 7 threes a game. He's not a good 3-point shooter, but
But
yeah,
he does it anyway.
he shoots 7 threes a game. Yeah,
Why did he change?
because he probably realized that he can't jump anymore.
You can't jump.
So
you can't jump over
So
Kias
what
anymore.
Gage is
Yeah.
saying is true. He's washed.
He's washed.
He's absolutely.
He's 1,000% washed.
That's so sad. I mean, he's really
He's still
attractive.
making-
I mean,
think
he's probably
he'll be
gonna
fine.
play 15 minutes a game at the most for this Nets team.
He's still making money.
He's a token player.
He's probably gonna be the 9th player on the team for the Nets.
I've heard people say that he's gonna be like the Dwight Howard to the Lakers last year.
Not even close.
Oh,
Dwight
that's-
Howard's better. Yeah.
Last year.
Yes.
Last year, yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
Dwight Howard's better.
Yeah. So what's this next shit you want to talk about? What is this? Bryce, you're talking about, we're talking golf?
Yeah. So I felt like we had to talk about this. I know you probably didn't watch any of the golf this past weekend.
And
No,
you have the golf.
But Bryson
The golf.
The golf.
Bryson DeChambeau at the Arnold.
There we go.
Yes,
Arnold.
Arnold Palmer.
That's a handful for a drunk person.
Arnie
Arnold Palmer Invitational. He took this hole. It's a par 5 that's 555 yards, and it is basically like a C-shaped or a moon-shaped hole over a lake. And he he
Crushed it?
defied the odds and hit the ball 320 yards on the fly, and then eventually rolled 370 yards in total.
God.
And he's defying the odds of driving the ball.
He's defying.
He's like
gravity.
Thanos.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Yeah. His
Thank
drive left him 88 yards shy of the hole on a 550 yard.
He's essentially defying the laws of physics
Yes.
at this point.
The next closest player on the weekend to the hole was 240 yards.
Yeah.
Is he good? That like in
He
general,
won the
is
tournament.
good?
He won the
Okay.
tournament. Yeah, he's good. He's
But
very
this tournament or other tournaments too.
good.
Like,
He's won plenty. He's won the U.S. Open as well.
so he's a good golfer.
He's a good golfer. He's not a fraud, but he just plays it
Yeah,
a
he's
lot differently than most guys do
That's
because
cool
he
though.
uses power more than anybody else does. He
Obviously.
cares very little about accuracy.
Precision.
Yeah.
He's more about
Especially
power
off the
than
tee.
precision. That's bold because golf is a precision.
Generally,
sport.
yes. It doesn't necessarily. You don't necessarily have to be a guy that hits the ball 300 yards off the tee to be good. But this guy tries to play a different game. He tries to hit the ball as far as he can.
It's working for him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just kind of hilarious to watch. And
I love to see it.
and he's gotten a lot of flack for the way he plays the game because a lot of traditionalists don't like the way he plays the game. But I got to commend him for being. So I watched his interview after the tournament, and he seems like a very grateful, thankful guy, respectful guy as well, which I didn't expect. He just, if you look at him, he looks like an ogre. He's just like,
Oh, he's yoked.
He's just
not
like-
even yoked. He's just like
he looks uncomfortable.
he
looks uncomfortable.
looks like a doughboy.
He does.
Seriously.
But
He does.
he like, as far as personality, he's a totally different guy than you would expect, which I appreciate personally. Another funny thing though is the Players Championship is coming up this weekend, and the course decided to change a certain boundary on a specific hole because it's one where you could potentially cut it, like he would think about doing.
Oh really?
And they're changing the boundaries.
Because
They
of him?
did not specifically say his name, but
But it's pretty
Let's-
much because of him.
because he's yeah.
That's rude.
Yeah, it's pretty hilarious. But so I personally, I think I'm gonna be rooting for this guy going forward. He's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Sure. All the golf that I watch, I will definitely root for Bryson DeChambeau. DeChambeau.
Deschambeau.
Deschambeau.
He's very French.
DeChambeau.
Yeah, very French last name.
He's got a very toolish name.
Bryson.
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 DeChambeau.
But then DeChambeau.
DeChambeau. DeChambeau.
You guys got anything else for last call?
I do.
Let's hear it.
So I saw last week, it was like a day after we did our last podcast, and the Houston Rockets were saying that they were going to retire James Harden's number already.
Really?
Or like they said they're going to do it. I don't think it's going to be anytime soon, but they said no one will ever wear 13 again. So what are your opinions? Quick opinions on that. What do you think?
I agree.
Do you?
Whatever.
He's one of the best players in their history.
Yeah.
He's probably the second best player in
I
history.
mean, yeah, behind Hakeem. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I don't think it's. I mean, I think it's cool they just said like it's now like it's gonna happen.
The
Yeah.
problem with basketball is you're so limited on numbers because refs have to be able to do it with two hands.
That's a good
So if you're retiring
98.
numbers like it's nothing, that
Well, football
becomes
to
a
me is the
challenge.
hardest one because there's so many players on the team.
Yeah, but basketball when refs are calling plays, they need to be able to call it on two hands. So like 13.
But there's guys that have every number in the book.
Yeah.
I mean, like Luka
Yeah.
Doncic
Yeah.
is 77.
Yeah, they figured it out.
Yeah.
So you okay with it?
I'm totally okay with it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I mean, yeah.
I think that's
It's-
less weird than Joe Lacob saying that Kevin Durant's number as a Warrior will be retired.
But I'm okay with that though. That's gonna happen.
I'm sort of okay with it too, but I think he played 3 years.
But he won more.
James-
But he won more championships with the Warriors than he did with the
Fair enough.
James
Harden
Yeah,
Harden
and
with
the
the
last one
Rockets.
he wasn't even playing.
Well,
Right.
they,
I mean-
they lost that one though.
Yeah, that's true.
Which
That's
they
very
would have
true.
won if Durant was healthy.
Correct.
I don't care what anybody says.
I think they would have.
So then at that point, yeah, he deserves it.
He's probably the second. I mean, Moses Malone did play for the.
It's almost 10 o'clock.
I know.
I know. Fuck.
Did play for the
Gotta pee.
Rockets.
3 minutes.
Clyde Drexler did play for the Rockets.
But very short.
So it's James Harden's probably the second best player the Rockets ever had.
Agreed. Yeah, I can't think of anybody else.
It's Hakeem first, and then it's
Yeah.
James Harden. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
I just wanted to see what your opinion was.
No, I'm totally with that.
Because I saw.
I think it is interesting to say it now because that makes it less dramatic when it does happen.
Yeah. Well, because James Harden's still like in the league. It's not like he retired.
Exactly. Yeah. I think
He's
that's
like they literally
could have his
he went to
number
another
retired.
team after the Rockets.
Yeah.
He could have his number retired somewhere else.
I would say doubtful. Well, I mean, maybe. Who knows if he plays another
You
4
don't know
years?
because he still has part of his career to play.
Yeah, if he plays another 4 or 5 years with the Nets and wins 2 or 3 championships,
And the Thunder,
That's-
the Thunder probably aren't going to retire.
I would no. Okay, he only played what 3 years there.
I mean, he went to the finals, but he wasn't even. He was a sixth man.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah.
I mean, the Thunder already hate Kevin Durant, so I mean,
you know, they're going to retire his number.
they better.
They will,
They'd be really stupid.
They
if
will.
didn't.
1,000%.
Yeah.
So that's that.
That's all I got.
All right. I think that's the show. We put in a good.
Hour 45.
Hour
Oh
40.
my god.
People are gonna stop listening to us.
I don't know. We got what? How many listens last week? 14, 15?
15, something like that.
Oof, not too
Yeah,
bad.
they can give up on us whenever they want.
Yeah. So
All right.
David, thank you for having.
Yeah.
Thank you for being with us. Hope you had a good time. You
Anytime.
better finish this beer because
I just
Frosty.
opened it.
it's very open.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. We'll
Thank
see you
you.
again next week.
Yes.
Peace.